Falmouth residents and organizations. We're in the home stretch, folks. Cotuit, Falmouth coming your way as we open the door.
It's the final weekend of the regular season of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and it's also the first game of 4 over this weekend for the Falmouth Commodores. We welcome you into Gov Fuller Field, Timmy Weiss, alongside Andrew Hilsman and Farrell Hudson, and it's been a second since the Commodores played a game. The last one was Tuesday against Bourne.
Good to get back to the swing of things for the last 4 games of the regular season. Last time out against Bourne on Tuesday, like you mentioned, a 13-9 win in a game where the Commodores had 19 base hits, but only won by 4 runs. A tremendous start offensively to that game. Great output from Colby Putnam. Fisher Cantrell started off a little shaky in his relief outing, but ended up striking out 6. But Bourne mounted a 4-run little comeback in the top of the 9th, but stranded bases loaded, and the tying run that could have been a home run was a flyout right on the warning track. So very close for Bourne. Falmouth will be looking to put together a more convincing outing today against Cotuit.
And after the win, Falmouth clinches the playoffs for the first time since 2023. But Farrell, there is still work to do.
Absolutely, but it is a sign of the Commodores having a great season. Tonight is game 37 of 40, and in the first 36 games, 36 different lineup combinations. You produced 6 All-Stars, both on the pitching side of the ball. Kenyon Collins was phenomenal this year. You think of Ben Slanker and Riley Jackson's production earlier on in the season, and now it leads to guys like Carter White, Braden Jeffries, Tommy Harrison. All-around team effort for the Commodores to earn that well-anointed playoff spot for the first time in 3 seasons.
One guy who has stepped in and made an impact all season long, Christian Aiello for the Commodores.
Yeah, and his pair of starts, Timmy, has been outright tremendous. 13 strikeouts, just 2 walks, is yet to allow an earned run. He's faced Cotuit and shut him down before. Looking to do the same thing. He's going to get the start today, but not a velocity guy. He sits in the high 80s with the fastball. The off-speed stuff is his bread and butter, and he hits his spots. He dots up on the corners, hits his locations, and just does a really good job of keeping hitters off balance, which has allowed him to keep that no runs allowed streak going into his 3rd start.
So the Commodores have not played since Tuesday, but Cotuit actually played just a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, it was over the Bourne Bridge at Clem Spillane Field, a 7-1 loss at the hands of the Wareham Gatemen. It was a game in which the Kettleers went 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They stranded 8 runners on base. The offensive struggles continue. That's now 4 losses in a row for the Kettleers as the Gatemen are tied atop that 4th spot, final playoff spot with the Kettleers. So Cotuit in need of a victory tonight.
Right, it's getting really close at the bottom of the West Division. Cotuit and Wareham tied, and Cotuit really trying to make a final push for the playoffs.
And they need to. Their remaining couple of games, they probably only have room to drop 1 more. They're in danger of missing the postseason for the first time since 2016. A 10-year streak could come to an end if Cotuit is not able to sneak out some wins.
And the one thing that has not been going well for the Kettleers is the offense.
Yeah, you check out the last week. They're least on Cape Cod in runs with 10, least in hits with 20, batting average at 206. That's also a Cape Cod League worst, and the Commodores have to use that to their advantage. A 3-run victory last time out. It was Christian Aiello versus these very same Kettleers when he went 5 1/3 a scoreless ball, 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. So looking to see more of the same from Aiello and the Commodores today. As we mentioned, the other night, Colby Putnam, a great start against the Bourne Braves. Pitching has really become a strength of the Commodores this July.
So we know the pitcher for Falmouth is going to be Aiello, but Andrew, who is the pitcher for Cotuit today?
Yeah, the Kettleers are going to trot out Ryan Buckler. He's been mostly a reliever for the Kets this season, a 1-4 record, a ERA over 5, and of course Aiello, like we've talked about, is hopefully in line for another tremendous start, but it'll be Buckler versus Aiello on the bump tonight.
Okay, it's time for our players to watch. Farrell, who do you got for Cotuit?
I'm going to go with Landon Beaver. He leads the Kettleers in batting average at 281, 3 homers and 15 RBIs. He's tied atop the home run lead with Jake Hanley from Georgia, the first baseman, with 3 homers, and the 15 RBIs lead the Kettleers.
All right, 1 more to go. There's a lot of hot hitters on Falmouth right now. Andrew, who do you got?
I look at Carter White. It's really easy to see how he's gone under the radar, but when you look at the stats and you look at how hard he's hitting the ball, under the radar just doesn't describe it. He has been tremendous all year. He's one of the team leaders in RBI. He's going to slot in at the 3 slot today. A strong left-handed bat, has 1 homer on the year. I wouldn't be shocked if he pops another.
Falmouth is trying to get themselves back into the home playoff position. First pitch is at 7, not 6 today at Gov Fuller Field.
Batting third, the first baseman from Indiana, number 12, Hogan Denny. Batting fourth, the left fielder The last 3 days of the Cape Cod Baseball League summer are upon us. It's hard to believe we're already at the end of the regular season, but it's time for Game 37 between the Cotuit Kettleers and the Falmouth Commodores here at Gov Fuller Field. Cotuit comes into this game at 11-24. They have played today already. Falmouth has had 2 full days of rest. They'll play their split doubleheader tomorrow, but 23 games in 3 days to end the summer for the Commodore, or for the Cape League. The Commodores have their big day tomorrow.
Yeah, how about that? You get 2 days off, then 2 games tomorrow. Cotuit with 2 games today, and the first one a tough loss, 7-1. As we prefaced in opening the door, that was a game for the Kettleers in which they'd like to have a couple more runs, hit with runners in scoring position. We've mentioned that being an issue for the Commodores throughout the course of the year, Andrew. But for Christian Aiello, he could care less about whether Cotuit leaves a million runners in scoring position. He's just going to look to keep doing his thing tonight, Andrew, which has been strike out a lot of guys. That's 13 now in his opening 10 1/3.
We bring you into the broadcast booth alongside Farrell Hudson. I'm Andrew Hilsman, Timmy Weiss down on the sidelines, and our excellent production crew that's best in the business doing the work behind the scenes. It's almost time to play some baseball here, an hour later than the standard home start time, but as I look out, it's still a solid crowd and might be here a little late, but like you said, with Christian Aiello on the mound, we've seen games fly right by.
Yeah, the penultimate game here at Gov Fuller Field in the regular season, and at least the first of the next 3, meaning Commodores will have a game against the Wareham Gatemen tomorrow night, and then Game 1 or 2. We're not sure whether the Commodores host that first-round playoff series or not, either against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks or the Bourne Braves. So exciting times around the Gov tonight. A little bit of a cool breeze, a little bit overcast, a little bit sunny. I know I'm not a meteorologist, but it's a nice night for baseball.
Sure is, and it's a stark contrast from the weather we've had the last 2 days. Every game that was scheduled for both Wednesday and Thursday was rained out. Some nasty weather, but finally the skies have opened back up, and it's baseball weather once again. And exciting to finally be at the postseason, or the chase for the postseason. We're getting into that time where it's do or die, and for Cotuit, that's very true.
Yeah, Cotuit 4 losses in a row. They now sit at their worst record of the season, 12 under 500, 11-23-2. And the Commodores this season, 3-1 against the Kettleers, and they've done it mainly as of late because of that pitching. A 4-1 win for the the Commodores over the Kettleers back at Lowell Park on July 17th.
And the last time that Falmouth played was against Bourne, and that was on Tuesday, 3 nights ago. That was an interesting one for Falmouth. They got out to a rocketing start, 4 runs in each of the first 2 innings, and then it was a game that was, well, a little closer than it probably could have been.
Yeah, and you look at the bullpen specifically in the last couple games for the Commodores. You'd like to see that facet of Falmouth's game improve. A 10-0 lead as you're entering the 6th inning, and then a 9-3 run by Bourne in the final 3.5 innings of action. So the Commodores are going to have to limit the big innings. I know Bourne came in not hitting a lot of home runs, but 2 on Tuesday night against Commodores pitching, but ultimately they got to win. Bases loaded, 2 out. Elliot Medlock flies to deep center, as close as it gets.
All right, almost time for baseball here in Falmouth. First, the national anthem. We'll have lineups and first pitch on the other side of the break. Happy to have you with us here on Cape League TV.
Falmouth Commodores fan. And now Harris is joined on the field by his two sons to call out those words we love to hear. All right, fans, it's time to... Tonight's umpires are Robert Melms, Dan Fitzpatrick, and Jeff Kinney.
Almost time for baseball here in Falmouth, just before 7 o'clock here in Cape Cod. And it's an exciting night, almost time for the postseason. And we go to the Kettleers lineup, which has seen a lot of guys come and go like every Cape team this summer. But that first baseman in the 3 slot there, Hogan Denny, has some good power.
Yeah, absolutely. For Denny, this year, he goes to the University of Indiana, so you're pretty well acquainted with him, Andrew.
He's 10.
No homers and 5 RBIs here in Cotuit.
10-plus homer guy at Indiana, was one of the best hitters on the Hoosiers, and was a member of the collegiate national team as well. He's back for the last couple of weeks or so. Cotuit's going to have Ryan Buckler starting for them, who's had an up-and-down year, but Landon Beaver as well in the 2 slot. 3 homers, 15 RBI for him. He's had a tremendous year on the mound, or in the order in right field today for Cotuit. And well, they're going to have a tall task ahead of them this evening. And it is in the form of that man, Christian Aiello, the left-hander out of Jacksonville State.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Christian Aiello, a solid win-loss record to begin, 2-0, or check that, 1-0 as a Commodore, 13 strikeouts across 10 1/3 innings of action, a whip below 0.7, 2 games, 2 starts, now his 3rd game, and as many starts in as many games for Aiello, and he's got a really good off-speed combination, can locate that changeup on the inside corner for strikes, and then, as Jack Dom was saying, that's where the 85-mile-an-hour fastball, whether inside or outside, can really speed the bat up after you face a steady diet of 74. That 85 can turn into 95 all of a sudden, even for some of the best bats here on Cape Cod, no matter whether it's Hogan Denny, Jake Handley, Landon Beaver. Power and some average mixed into this lineup for the Kettleers tonight, who are starving for a victory, Andrew. Commodores have to, make sure this does not become a trap game.
Yeah, Cotuit Cotuit has everything to play for. No way around it. They most likely need 2 of their next 3, probably only room for 1 loss, and they already lost to Wareham earlier today. Farrell, you and I aren't going to have a ton of time to talk between pitches today. Aiello loves to move on the mound. He moves extremely quickly, sometimes well before hitters are into their stance and ready to go. But speaking of ready to go, we're ready to go just at 7 o'clock here in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Happy to have you with us on Cape League TV. It's the last installment of the regular season between Kettleers and Commodores, and Aiello sends us away with a first pitch strike. Falmouth has not played in a couple of nights. They last played on Tuesday against Bourne. And a foul tip. That sinker / fastball from Aiello, the first 2 offerings. Like you mentioned, the velocity, that's not his MO. He likes to move fast and go with the off-speed stuff. And he offers the 0-2 out to shallow left center. Gregor makes the call, puts it away, and we are underway with the first out of the night.
And taking a look at the Commodores defense, left to right in the outfield, White, Gregor, and Harrison. Left to right in the infield, Braden Jeffries at the hot corner, Nick Croce at short, Drew Turpin's at second, Putty's at first, Mark Gialusi doing the catching tonight for Christian Aiello.
New infield pairing and a new shortstop into the fray for the Falmouth Commodores. Nick Croce making his debut, heading to New Orleans out of Chipola University, college in the panhandle of Florida, so he's heading to D1 ball after a couple of years at the NJCAA level. And the first pitch, a strike to Landon Beaver as he falls behind 0-1. Aiello already ready to go before Beaver is back in the box. The slider misses outside. For Falmouth on Tuesday, Colby Putnam got the win. He's having a tremendous season. He, like Aiello, not really a lot of velocity between those two. But they get the job done, Farrell.
Yeah, it can certainly be a bit of a different approach of maybe what teams will see. But in a short playoff series, you never know how much that could play to your advantage.
Aiello's 2-1, and looping off-speed pitch. Maybe let it go a bit early. It's 3-1. Aiello very shy on the walks this year, only 2 to his 13 Ks. One of the better ratios the Falmouth has seen all year. 3-1, dribbled to the right-hand side. Putty's there, puts it away.
Interesting to see A.J. Putty in the lineup defensively tonight. Maybe offensively respecting a little bit more coming off the strong season that he had at Illinois, but he can play great defensive first base. Also interesting to see Tommy Harrison out in right field. You know, he's played some first, DH, but now gets a start in the outfield tonight.
Hogan Denny steps on up. Hogan Denny back in Cotuit after his time with the collegiate national team at USA Baseball. He takes the first pitch, a sinker for a strike at 87.
14 homers, 44 RBIs, 51 games at Indiana.
So consistent. One of the best bats for Jeff Mercer this past year at Indiana as he floats one to the right-hand side. Tommy Harrison's looking at it, and he's got it for the third out. Aiello doing what Aiello does, soft contact as we go to the bottom of the first. Every game this summer presented by Milton Cat. That's proud to power the Cape all summer long. We're just getting started here in Falmouth. Lots of baseball left to go.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
The Falmouth batting order, one of the best over the late stages of the Cape Cod summer. And Gavin Greger leading things off. Braden Jeffries, Carter White, Tommy Harrison, all ones to look out for.
Absolutely. Braden Jeffries right now, 3rd best batting average on Cape Cod. Well, or 2nd best of a current player behind Blake Schaff, who is also departed as of late. So best batting average on Cape Cod.
Not too shabby. Falmouth was very pitcher heavy at the start of the summer. And the first pitch outside to Gavin Greger as we start the bottom of the first. Greger has come back from his hand injury with a vengeance and has put together a really good season at the plate, hitting .288. Puts one in the air to left field. Ranging foul, and nobody can get there as Sam Christensen, the left fielder, pulled up at the last moment and let it drop in front of him.
Very interesting, especially considering that was going definitively into foul territory,
Yep.
Andrew. You'd figure, no, it's only the bottom of the first, but for Chrisman, you know, maybe take a dive.
And the pitcher for Cotuit today, Ryan Buckler, who's had an up-and-down season, a 5.82 ERA. It's his third summer with Cotuit out of Florida Atlantic University.
The Marston's Mills native, just 5 minutes up the street from Cotuit.
And Gregor fouls one back.
A true Cape Cod kid.
Yeah.
.2 innings at Florida Atlantic this year, 1-2 win-loss record. Under 15 runs allowed per 9.
Buckler leads the team in appearances and gets Gregor to strike out after a hard-hit foul ball down to the left-hand side. As we take a look at the Kettleers defense.
It's Christensen, Sturgis, and Beaver left to right in the outfield. Moran, Aguayo left side of the infield. Santana at second, Hogan Denny at first. Tyler Bellin doing the catching for the righty Ryan Buckler.
Buckler leads Cotuit in appearances. He's making his 11th appearance, his first start of the summer. 21 2/3 innings pitched. First offering to Braden Jeffries, a strike on the high end of the zone.
And for Jeffries, he arrived on June 30th, but tied for 8th with Fabio Peralta and Rustin Rigdon of Bourne. 32 hits in 23 ball games.
Takes upstairs. Jeffries thought it was a hair high, but Robert Melms, the home plate umpire, did not. And it's 0-2. Buckler, the right-hander out of FAU. Will come set, a loose right arm. And now he comes home.
So that's two two-strike pitches in which he's thrown to open up the game back-to-back to both Gregor and Jeffries. That's been that inner third hook, which is nasty. Cuts into a lefty bat away from a righty bat.
Buckler grew up going to Cotuit baseball games. As he gets Jeffries to put a fly ball into left field, and there to make the catch this time is Sam Christensen for the second out. How cool must it be, though, for Buckler to be able to have his third summer with his hometown team that he grew up watching with his family?
I mean, pretty cool. You mentioned, a returned Commodore like Gavin Gregor, but try 3 summers of it in a league of this magnitude. Not a dime a dozen.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Very rare to see. Guys will do 2 seasons all the time, but very rare to see the 3-season guys. The first off-speed offering to Carter White misses inside.
It's already 37% plus of his pitches on that breaking ball. It's heavy on it.
0-1 is hit hard but foul. A total of 9 games, not all of them full, but many of the ones earlier in the day, 7-inning contests. Total of 9 games occurring across the Cape today. Cotuit has already played and lost in 1 of them.
Very soft changeup there. That almost had 12-6 breaking ball movement.
That's a really good pitch, yeah. Plays off the fastball quite well. We'll see if Buckler can use it to good effect today. White fouls another one off to the left.
So he's throwing a changeup, and now his fastball. Probably goes inner third with that breaking ball here, but for Carter White, pretty confident. If he sees that and he hangs it middle, he can get the bat head out, do some damage.
White, tremendous power, one of the RBI leaders on this squad. He takes a high pitch upstairs, swings on it, and it's a soft gets line out to J.J. Moran at third. We're done with 1, 0-0 the score between Cotuit and Falmouth.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Well, when compared to the last 2 days here in Falmouth, today's weather is picture perfect. A low mid-70s temperature, not too breezy, very nice day. Clouds have rolled in the evening, but it was sunny as sunny can get earlier in the days. At the beach earlier today, beautiful spot on West Falmouth. And we go to Farrell's keys to the game for Cotuit. What you got?
Yeah, 3 or more up the score. Only 11 runs in the last 4 games for the Kettleers. That's under 3 runs per game. But 4 of the Kettleers' last 5 victories before this 4-game losing streak were when they scored 3 or more runs. And 2 and 3 ain't bad. Now, I know Meatloaf once said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Well, 2 and 3 isn't bad for the Kettleers' sake. They've played the Commodores hard this year. If you can win tonight, you can possibly get above Wareham and remain afloat in that final Cape Cod League West Division playoff spot.
I don't think Cotuit is thinking about their series records against their division foes. I think their full focus at the moment, like you said, is just trying to make it into the postseason. They've made it every year, dating back to 2016.
And whether intentional or not, great pitching sequence there on Carter White to end the bottom of the first. Instead of that middle breaking ball, he starts high, and then it drops into the strike zone, totally befuddled him.
There's a breaking ball, hit softly into left field. Carter White over there, like you were mentioning, conjured it up, and a fly ball is into his glove. Left fielder Sam Christensen flies out to left fielder Carter White. Lots of soft contact in this game. Jesse DiMaggio out of Dallas Baptist University. He waves and misses at a strong sinker from Aiello.
It was never a strike the entire way, about 3 inches off the plate.
Dallas Baptist, the university that DiMaggio attends, that's a really cool tradition. And they're at Horner Ballpark in Dallas. They stop every home game that's being played in the evening at exactly 7 o'clock, because that's downstairs, or rather outside. But they do that, and all fans, coaches, and players go silent as the playing of taps commences, which is I think, bugle piece. As there's a ground ball up the middle, the new man Croce fields and throws with a smooth play to first for the second out.
And how about that? That was the first assisted play of the game, and we are already 8 batters in combined on both sides. And the mound helped aid Croce a little bit there. Otherwise, that ball was rocketed, headed straight for center field, but the mound deflected it and slowed it down. I think the only other time they play taps, at least at the Major League Baseball level, is every Memorial Day at 3 o'clock p.m. sharp Eastern time. They'll play taps.
But Dallas Baptist plays that, and it is played rather to honor fallen service members. Curveball misses inside. The reason they do it is because Horner Ballpark sits directly next to the Dallas-Fort Worth National Cemetery. So it doesn't play in the stadium, but it's played over the loudspeakers across the street. And they recognize it over there at Dallas Baptist. The center fielder to the plate, Isaac Sturgis, has had a solid season for the Kettleers. 11 runs batted in, hitting .229. Sturgis takes a strike. It's 2-1. Sturgis heading to Wake Forest next year. Product of Michigan State. His last 2 years. There's a dribbler to the right side. Putty spears it, and that's the third out. 9 up, 9 down combined between Cotuit and Falmouth. We're through 1.5. Bottom of the second coming your way.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Baseball, let's get you your Falmouth keys to the game, the Tommy train. Tommy Harrison, who's leading off the bottom of the second inning, 367 average in 8 games, 4 extra base hits, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. And Southpaw Magic, Christian Aiello continues to dominate. That's 6 up, 6 down tonight for the future Jacksonville State Gamecock.
And none of those balls hit very hard. Tommy Harrison knows a thing or two about hitting the cover off the baseball. Harrison, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in just 30 at-bats.
Commodores 5-3 since Tommy Harrison's arrival.
He has been pretty helpful down the stretch here. Drove in 80-plus runs at Miami of Ohio this past spring. Here's a ground ball to the right side, and Santana flips to Denny at first for out number 1.
Now batting for the Commodores, the designated hitter from Georgia, number 41.
It'll be Matthew Farner to the plate next for Falmouth, another guy who has some good bat speed, good exit velocity. 5 for 17 in his time, and 4 runs batted in, a quiet performer. But he's done a really good job this year. Farner takes a slider that he grits his teeth at and shakes his head. Maybe that might have been the best pitch he's going to get all at bat. Farner yet to homer this summer. And he rips one into left field for a base hit. Caught a slider down in the zone and got every last stitch of the baseball. And he's aboard as the first base runner for either team tonight.
I was just going to say, maybe your prediction would have been manifested into existence had that breaking ball been a little bit higher, Andrew. A nice swing nonetheless by Farner, drives it to the pull side. Inside low pitch.
In the bottom of the second, Nick Croce making his debut. And he rips a pitch under the third baseman's glove. J.J. Morin couldn't react quick enough. The first pitch that Nick Croce sees on the Cape is a single into left. Now Falmouth starting to build something with the bottom 3 of this order. A.J. Putty will look to crack this game open. Anything in the gap should be able to score Matthew Farner from second base.
For Putty, 50-plus RBIs at Illinois this year. Certainly has got the power in him.
Had an incredible freshman year, one of the best in Fighting Illini program history, and he takes a curveball right down the middle. Maybe it was sitting on the fastball first pitch. Mark Gialusi on deck. Drew Turpin's in the hole for Falmouth. Pair of singles have men on first and second. Putty waves and misses at a 90-mile-an-hour heater. Buckler ahead, 0-2. Putty takes outside, and a good take at that. Putty 9 for 44, a 205 batting average. No homers, 5 runs batted in. So consistent in the field. And the 1-2 is a pop-up in foul territory. Hogan Denny making a race after it, and it lands in the Falmouth dugout. But Denny was in an all-out sprint to try and get that baseball.
Yeah, covered a lot of real estate.
He did. He
very
moved.
short time.
He's got good speed. Caught a lot of games at Indiana. DH. Never really played first base because Jake Hanley was at first base. But behind the plate, excellent. Played some time in right as well for Indiana this spring. And the 1-2 from Buckler to Putty is over to first. Hogan Denny goes to second for one, and Putty is safe at first. And he reaches on the fielder's choice, pushing Matthew Farner over to third.
Nonetheless, that was very close. Nicely turned there by Denny. Strong throw to Aguayo. Nice job by Buckler hustling over to cover the bag. That was very close by the Kettleers.
Narrowly missed a 3-6-1 double play on a really slow ground ball, too. That had a chance to end the inning. Now Mark Gialusi will step on in. 1 for 9 on his season. Has been excellent defensively in the couple of games he's played. First pitch from Buckler, outside. Mark last played at Wareham on the 25th of July. So a couple of days rest for him. And it's a line drive right back to the glove of Buckler, which knocks his glove off his hand, but he stays with it for the third out over to Denny at first. A wacky play brings the end of the second inning. We're scoreless through 2. Falmouth strands 2 men on, and we go to the top of the third.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
As always, this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. We've zipped through the first 2 frames in under a half an hour, and Christian Aiello steps back out efficiently to begin the third inning.
Like you said, you better come ready into that left-handed or left or right-handed batter's box in whatever inning, because Christian Aiello is going to be raring to go, and that's exactly what's happened tonight. 6 up, 6 down.
20 pitches through the first 2 frames. And he'll face J.J. Moran, Dawson Santana, and Tyler Bellin, the catcher, for Cotuit. But it'll first be J.J. Moran. And Moran, 244 in the batting average department. 11 runs batted in, a 673 OPS. Quiet day for both teams at the plate to this point. And Aiello misses outside. We get started in the top of the third. And a foul pitch back our way. I'm looking at some of the leaders in statistical categories for the entire Cape. The leader in RBI is Tommy Gooden with 28. I wonder if he'll be able to reach the 30 run batted in mark. 1-1 catches the outside of the zone for a strike.
That's pretty impressive to think about.
Extremely.
That would be an 120 RBI pace across a major league season.
Yeah. He's got 28 runs batted in and 123 at-bats, does Tommy Gooden of Yarmouth Dennis. But here, J.J. Moran rips one into center field, steps back for Gregor. He's going to watch it go over his head and two up off the wall. Gregor's going to have to hustle it back in. It's a stand-up double for J.J. Moran, the first base hit of the day for Cotuit.
Man, especially considering Gavin Gregor's speed and his good first step back, that ball was rocketed on a line. Nice piece from J.J. Moran for the first hit of the day for the Kettleers.
That'll be Dawson Santana's job to try and bring him in for Cotuit, who are looking for the first run of this game. These first two innings, well, they took a little bit less time than the last time these two teams played here at the Cubs.
Yeah, right.
First pitch, squaring to bunt and popping it up foul is Dawson Santana. A reminder, the last time these two teams met at this ballpark was on July 3rd. Great attendance that day, and it was a home run derby. Well, not even that, but just a scoring fiasco. Combined 20 runs, the game was tied at 10 apiece after 2 innings.
I remember it was Ben Slanker and Ryder Woodson on the Commodores side. Forgetting about the Kettleers, though.
0-1, another bunt. Gialuzzi's going to toss off the mask and throw to first for the out. A good play by Mark Gialuzzi to get out number 1, but it does move J.J. Moran over to third.
Especially with the baseball being right in front of Christian Aiello, that's really tough as a catcher to come out of your crouch, cover that much ground, and make a strong throw. With a base runner like Owen Santana in a position where you play second base, you're going to have a decent amount of speed on the bases. Really nice play from Gialuzzi.
So mark at a 2-3 putout. Aiello will settle himself back in as the infield comes in for the Commodores defense. All 4 infielders playing on the edge of the infield grass, with J.J. Moran 90 feet away from scoring the game's first run. Aiello's curveball upstairs. Tyler Bellin, the catcher for Cotuit, is still looking for his first hit this summer. He's 0 for 11. Small sample size for him out of Wheaton College. He's in the 9 slot today. And he takes a strike.
Gialuzzi doing a nice job going at the top of the zone, just above the letters, and then outside corner at the belt.
Now the thing about Bellin is that it's funny. He's not even really supposed to be on the roster, but he was their bullpen catcher. And they needed to call him up after Will Plattner went down with an injury earlier in the year. So he flares one foul on the right-hand side.
I was saying before we got on air, it's very rare that you see a Wheaton College or a Division III athlete play at the Cape Cod level, but power to him.
Hit 297, though, this past year. 31 runs batted in his college season.
252 here on Cape Cod.
And the 1-2, he waves and misses. That's Aiello's first K of the day, and we return to the top of the order for Aiden Aguayo.
And part of the reason why the Commodores infield in, or maybe all the reason right there, was to preserve his ERA right now. Still scoreless through 13 innings of action as a Commodore.
Well, the paramount reason is to try and keep the game scoreless, but yes, that's a fine byproduct of it, I'd say.
With the Commodores' offensive showing as of late, wouldn't be too worried about giving up a run in the early innings.
Wave and a miss on a nasty curveball. Well out in front was Aiden Aguayo.
That pitch is like when, mom fools you in the backyard with a wiffle ball breaking pitch. I mean, it's just, Aguayo was like, what?
Not the velocity that these guys are always used to facing. Aiello's 0-1 is hit high into the sky, right center field. Tommy Harrison's there, and he makes the catch. 2-strander runner at third base. Nothing after 2.5 innings here in Falmouth.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field. Timmy Weiss on hand, and the Commodores and Cotuit tied at 0 as we enter the bottom of the third. And one thing that's been Falmouth's best friend this season is first pitches. The Commodores have a .420 average on first pitches, which is the best on Cape Cod. But on the other hand, when it gets to a full count, the Commodores haven't had quite as much success. A .114 average, which is the worst average on Cape Cod in that spot. So I talked to Coach Dom a bit about it, and what he said is that the team tries to be very aggressive on fastballs and first pitches. It's a mindset they've had all season, whereas on other pitches in full counts, they haven't been as good with their eyes. They need to do a better job of taking walks. So we'll see if the mindset works for them today. Nick Croce already has a base hit off a first pitch today, so we'll see how it works. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Timmy. Yeah, well, cued it right up there. Drew Turpin swung at the first pitch you see, dribbled it foul. And it's a 1-1 count to start the bottom of the third. Turpin's the 9-hole hitter, and he takes a strike at 88.
Yeah, certainly some good insight right there. .420 versus being an interstate hitter with a full count.
And a wave and a miss. Down on strikes is Drew Turpin's second K of the day for Ryan Buckler, and we return to the top of the order. Gavin Greger had a great at-bat to start the game. That one runs inside. Almost caught a piece of Gavin Greger. Beautiful night at the ballpark. Great turnout here for a Friday evening. Greger just underneath a fastball.
Yeah, good crowd still on hand,
Yeah.
regardless of the game starting an hour later.
It's starting to rain a little bit here, though, as Greger dribbles one foul to the right.
Rain, go away.
Yeah,
come
I
again
hope
another day.
Yeah, maybe, how about come again never? We'd have
Yeah,
plenty
right.
of it this week.
Right. Could come all at once in the fall.
Sure, but not out here. Not at the moment. Good news is it's just a pop-up shower. As Greger puts one off the end of his bat, he's going to stay in the infield. Making the call is Dawson Santana. He's got it. And the second out.
Well, I hope what the Commodores can do is start to make it rain offensively. Braden Jeffries coming to the plate. We spoke about his average, his on-base streak this season on top of the great defense he's played. And, yeah, taking a look at the Weather Channel right now, just a passing shower,
Just a
15
very
minutes.
quick, 15, 30 minutes. We'll definitely be, I think we'll be able to finish this game tonight. No Wareham situation like on July 10th. Jeffries takes a changeup for a first pitch strike.
I'm no Al Roker, but ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on in your neck of the woods.
One of the greats. That's for sure. It's pretty light out there at the moment. Jeffries takes a beautiful slider on the outside corner, 0-2.
I don't know who's a better big board demon, Al Roker or Steve Kornacki. Tough competition.
Kornacki is the modern man. Al Roker, the tried and true veteran classic. And the 0-2. Hit in the air to center field. Not too far of a run for Isaac Sturgis. He's got it, 3 gone. Well, it's been a quiet game on the offensive side of things to this point. Just 3 hits combined, and we're scoreless through 3 innings at Falmouth.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
2, 3, and 4 for Cotuit as we enter the top of the 4th. Alongside Farrell Hudson, I'm Andrew Hillsman here bringing you some Cape League baseball on the last weekend of the regular season. And the Beaver's going to lead it off. Tremendous season for Cotuit. Beaver 281 in the batting average department, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in.
26 hits, 5 extra base hits. Just all around consistent.
Three homers, 15 RBI. And that misses outside. Beaver, left-handed hitter, facing the lefty Aiello. And he fouls one off. It's 1-1. Beaver hitting .346 against lefties. That's one of the higher marks on Cape Cod. 9 for 26 and 4 runs batted in. It's not homered against a left-hander, though. The entire league, a lower average against lefties, but Beaver has been solid against them. There's a pop fly into left field. Over there's Carter White. He puts it away.
Soft contact's been the name of the game so far. There have been 6 of the first 10 outs, 60% recorded without an assist, just unassisted plays. Soft fly balls, opposite field late, and recognizing it out of Christian Aiello's hand.
Well, the weather's starting to become, rain's starting to become a little heavier as the fans are starting to head for some cover. First pitch is a great curveball to Hogan Denny there for a strike. The good thing is, though, and hopefully this doesn't change, but the wind is really not strong enough to start blowing the rain into our broadcast booth. Wave and a miss from Denny. He's down 0-2. But we've had that happen a couple of times this summer. It's not been fun.
A little bit of a misty night would be cool, though.
Yep.
Just getting a little bit of the mist, cool us off.
Should be a good weekend, though, I think. I hope so. I don't know when they're going to play these games if it's not. Denny fouls it back. But seriously, if there is more rain in the forecast, when are they going to play these baseball games?
I mean, it looks all clear for tomorrow and Sunday as it stands,
so.
Andrew. At least here in Falmouth, we know Cape Cod's 40, 50 miles long.
0-2. Denny swings and misses for strike 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Christian Aiello, who's always had the high strikeout numbers really everywhere he's been, and the Cape no different.
And second in as many innings, and it's that 87-mile-an-hour fastball over the outside corner that's worked to perfection. He's just peppered inside today, inside, and he goes outside.
It's all about timing as well for Aiello. Hitters, it's tough to be on time, and if they're on time for an 87, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, they're able to handle that. At least this caliber of hitters are. But when you mix in a 73-mile-an-hour curveball that he can pinpoint at will, and a nice sinker, as Jeff Kinney at third base says Sam Christensen did not go around. When you can mix everything up, that's where it becomes tough for hitters. Aiello's 2-0, hair high. That got me over a fastball on 3-0. At this point in the year, it's really just about who's got the most left in the tank. Aiello's 3-1 at the knees, called a strike.
But again, only 3 walks right now through 14 innings as a Commodore for Christian Aiello.
Right. But Aiello, one of those mid-season pickups who's really been tremendous. That's a ground ball ripped foul to the right-hand side.
It's because of at-bats like these. Down 3-0 in the count, boom, fastball. Low, outside, then he goes inside there. Keeps the hitters guessing. Doesn't take one at-bat off from doing so.
It's been an eventful day across the Cape. Here's a 3-2. And it's a line drive into center field. It drops for a base hit. Christensen's 5th hit of the summer on 28 at-bats.
Christensen, part of the national champion Oklahoma Sooners.
That's right.
In 55 games there, 42 hits, 255 average. 2 consecutive innings now with a hit for the Kettleers.
Really tremendous as a player. Did not see action this year, though. That was 2025. He was an everyday guy, but maybe just rehabbing from injury. First pitch, a chopper out to Aiello, who's somehow able to keep his footing and makes a great hustle play to end the 4th inning. Christian Aiello is through 4 as he'll walk back to the dugout. And we are through the top of the 4th. Nothing between Cotuit and Falmouth.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
All right, we go bottom 4 in Falmouth. Nothing between the Kettleers and Commodores. It's been a pitching duel. Christian Aiello has gone through 4 with only 2 hits allowed, as has Ryan Buckler. He's gone through 3 with his 2 hits allowed. And Buckler starts his 4th inning on the bump, firing to Carter White, and a ground ball to second. Santana takes his time, flips to first. A closer play than maybe anticipated, but it's the first out nonetheless.
Nice range by Santana to his right there. Nice crow hop into his throw. But you like Carter White thinking first pitch fastball.
Yeah, just like our sideline reporter Timmy said, the Commodores, the best team on Cape Cod when it comes to their batting average on the first pitches of at-bats. Timmy Weiss doing a great job of getting that stat for us. Tommy Harrison, who's been hitting the ball hard this year, he grounds one foul to the right side. But Harrison has just been an awesome addition to the Commodores. 11 for 31 and 2 bombs in the short time he's been here. Buckler's 0-1, off speed upstairs. I wonder if for Buckler it might be a little harder to keep his fingers on the baseball and get the grip on the laces with this rain coming down. It seems to have softened up a little bit. I don't think it's hard enough. We were discussing during the break. I don't think it's heavy enough for them to pause the game. 1-1 is golfed high in the air to center field. It's going to be in shallow right center instead, and Santana makes another play for the second out.
So far in today's game, Santana has been involved in 4 of the 11 defensive outs recorded by the Cotuit Kettleers.
He's been busy over there. Santana had a sac bunt to move J.J. Moran over to third base in the top of the third when the Kets were up to the plate. As this is belted into left field, it's going to stay in the ballpark. Christensen has got it. 3 up, 3 down once again for Buckler and the Kettleers. Top of the 5th, we are humming right along.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
All right, we're into the top of the 5th. It's been an eventful day around Cape Cod. You get a I love that title. That's great. Our production crew's the best in the biz. How about 23 games, 3 days? Cotuit and Wareham are going back and forth, trying to go for that last spot in the West Division playoffs, and then Brewster got smoked today, 9-0, and Chatham clinches their spot in the playoffs. So the East Division playoff race is set. Orleans eliminated from the playoffs. Orleans is who Falmouth is going to face on Sunday. That'll be the last game of the Firebirds season, but so there's only 2 teams left that are battling it out for playoff contention, and it's Cotuit and Wareham here in the West Division. Scoreless game as we enter the scoreless game as we enter the top of the 5th. Aiello kicks and deals, and a foul ball to the right side. Isaac Sturgis, J.J. Moran, and Dawson Santana will be due up in this top of the 5th. Aiello with that curveball right there in the low 70s. And the fast-moving lefty winds and deals. He spikes a fastball. A ball and a strike to Isaac Sturgis, grounded out to A.J. Putty his first time up. That's a sinker right on the corner, called a strike.
Yeah, beautifully spotted. Bottom third and outer third.
He's moving around the zone at ease is Aiello. The left-hander begins his windup, and the 1-2 is well outside. Three of 4 innings for Falmouth offensively have been 1-2-3. 2 of the 4 for Cotuit have been that same way. And the 2-2 fouled back. Rain has started to really slow down, which is a good sign. And the 2-2 ripped on the ground, but foul. Nice play by one of the kids over there on the right side. A lot of kids on the warning track, the gravel that is in play. And regardless of how many times they're told, hey, don't be over there, they're going to be over there.
Yeah, they're running wild.
Another 2-2. Ripped into right field. Harrison looking up, it's near the track, and he's got it as the ball stays in the yard.
Had a decent feeling. Tommy didn't have that courtesy look right away, but nonetheless, well tagged off the bat of Sturgis. That's the first real solid piece of contact there's been against Christian Aiello all evening. Tell him, Aaron.
Our PA announcer, Aaron's done a great job all year. Best in the Cape, I'd tell you.
It's not even close,
big booming
too.
Voice.
Wide margin.
Curveball misses outside by just a hair.
It's like a 2018 Red Sox to the Baltimore Orioles margin.
Sure.
61 games.
Ah, yeah, okay, that would do it. The Orioles, not great that year. The Red Sox, extremely great that year.
I said 2 out of 3 ain't bad earlier. Quite literally that. 108 and 54. 66%.
That's true. We're through 4 scoreless. It's been a quick moving and quiet game, as that's called a strike at the knees of J.J. Moran.
And we've seen that fastball from Aiello be spotted over the outside corner all day. That time he goes perfectly at the knees. He's been living bottom third of the zone so far here in the 5th.
It's a true fastball with really good two-seam action. And a fly ball is out of play into the stands. 2-2. Starting to get some movement in the Falmouth bullpen. It looked to me like it was Casey Kowalczyk getting up and moving over there. Aiello winds the deals this 2-2, and it's fouled off once again. Aiello ready to go. He's made to wait a little bit. Another 2-2. How long is this at bat going to go? 3 straight foul balls now. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's inside and low. It's a full count with 1 out. And Aiello induces a soft fly ball. Racing after it is Turpins, and that drops in no man's land for a base hit. A bloop single for J.J. Moran means he's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Just a bit unlucky there.
Yeah, places it perfectly in the Bermuda Triangle. A.J. Putty would have to run straight back. Too far of a run for both Turpins and Harrison. But Nice job limiting base runners all day. Christian Aiello living around the strike zone. A lot of soft contact, 2 strikeouts, 3 straight innings with a hit for Cotuit.
Cotuit needing to get something started, as is Falmouth. Both teams with just a couple of hits. That was Cotuit's 3rd today. Dawson Santana had a sac bunt his last time up. And Santana, right-handed hitting second baseman. Aiello's going to throw the first pickoff attempt of this ball game over to first. Pretty rare that we take that long to see that first one.
When you work quick, you become predictable in the best ways.
And another check to first, but back on a dive is Moran. Almost halfway through this game. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. And the pitch is in, and nobody went to cover the bag, and the ball gets away. But Gavin Gregor's right there. Neither Croce or Turpins went in to cover, and Gialusi threw to nobody.
Yeah, both weren't anticipating a steal at all from J.J. Moran.
He hasn't stolen a base all summer up to this point, so that's his first on just the one attempt.
In a 0-0 game, especially one that Cotuit needs, taking every competitive edge you can get.
Have to try and stay alive somehow if you're the Kettleers, who are 11-23 this summer. They've made the postseason every year since 2016. Aiello misses up and away. Aiello up to 64 pitches. I have to imagine his day is probably going to be done pretty soon. Falmouth's going to need him for the postseason. They want to line him up for one of those starts.
Probably for game 1 on Tuesday.
You would think. 2 balls, no strikes. Aiello comes home, and that's another bloop single into right field. Harrison's going to pick it up and get it back to the infield. That's runners at the corners with just one away.
The first multi-hit inning for the Kettleers today as well, and that's all you got to do, just hit to the opposite field. We saw the Commodores softer pieces of contact against the righty Buckler, but both teams really doing a nice job of their opposite field approach today.
And now Tyler Bellin, who steps in, started this summer as the bullpen catcher for Cotuit, looking to give the Kettleers a lifeline that they so desperately need. Midway through the game, but Cotuit starting to find some momentum against Christian Aiello. And Aiello deals, it's downstairs. Top of the order looming for Cotuit with Aiden Aguayo and Landon Beaver, the 2 big threats at the 1 and 2 positions in the order. Aiello deals the 1-0, that's called a strike. Would love a ground ball off of one of those sinkers.
Like I mentioned, Aiello living at the bottom of the zone all game, but especially here in the 5th inning. You got a double play ready to go if you locate it where you want.
Check over to first. Nothing doing for Dawson Santana. Aiello just a fastball with a lot of run, a lot of ride. Spins it really well. The 1-1. Fouled back. It's 1 and 2. Big pitch coming up here for Christian Aiello. And before that, we get another check over to first. One-two, runner goes, and the hit and run is going to work perfectly as Cotuit scores the first run of the game. Turpins is going to pick up the ball in shallow right field. It is 1-0 Cotuit in the top of the 5th.
How about that? Great pieces of hitting by the Kettleers. Bottom 3rd in the order with 3 straight hits. The most of any inning against Christian Aiello, and Jack Dom's going to come to the mound. He's seen enough after 4 1/3, but another good outing by Aiello. I know the Commodore offense couldn't get going, but you limit them to 1 run. Unfortunately, can't get the win now that he's pulled before 5 innings. But overall, another good start.
Well, 69 pitches, 48 strikes. He's done a good job. 2 strikeouts and just the 1 run allowed. 1 on and 1 run has come across. Cotuit leads 1-0 in the top of the 5th. Back in a minute with just 1 gone. Casey Kowalczyk into the game as he's finishing up his warm-up pitches. He's thrown an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, no runs this summer, 2 strikeouts. A hard-throwing right-hander who is heading to Creighton next year.
Yeah, and that outing came against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks back on July 24th, a week ago tonight. 3 hits through an inning and 2/3, as you documented, no runs. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts for Kowalczyk, the Milwaukee, Wisconsin native and attendee of Iowa Western Community College.
He missed all of 2025 due to an injury. Hasn't played college ball since that injury. And there's the line drive into center field. Gregor is going to catch it, but the run comes home, 2-0 Cotuit in the top of the 5th.
I think for a second there, Gavin Gregor was saying, is this a fly ball? Is it a line drive?
Yeah.
He couldn't tell in the twilight hour, but going off that theme of hits to the opposite field, Cotuit continues just to see pitches deep in the zone. Great plate approaches today. Haven't struck out much, a little bit less than Aiello's usual clip of 2, and now they push across another run. 2 runs on 3 hits through 2/3 of an inning against 2 different arms.
So Kowalczyk, the first pitch that he delivers is a fly ball and a sac fly for Aguayo, his 3rd run batted in of the summer. Landon Beaver, the right fielder, who's been one of Cotuit's best hitters all summer, steps in. There's a first pitch strike. Rifled in there at 93. So now that 93 is going to feel like mid to upper 90s after seeing Aiello from the left side.
93 with movement, too. I mean, Kowalczyk can really hum it in there. And some good cut on that first fastball here to Beaver.
With a runner at first, it's Tyler Bellin. Pitch is found off to the right side. That offering a 94. 2 runs have come across. J.J. Moran and Dawson Santana have both come to score. And Kowalczyk a strike away from ending the inning. takes a breath and fires. Wave and a miss. 95 miles an hour on the fastball. That ends the top of the fifth. Farrell Hudson takes over play-by-play. It's 2-0 Cotuit after 4.5. Due up for Falmouth, Nick Croce, A.J. Putty, and Mark Gialusi.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
2-0 Kettleers as we head bottom 5 from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Let's take a look at the Cape Cod Baseball League standings, and we'll start with the West Division. The Bourne Braves by a slim margin in first place, 1 point over second place Hyannis. Commodores will see the Harbor Hawks tomorrow, as will the Cotuit Kettleers on the back end of a doubleheader tomorrow night from McKeon Park. Commodores in third place, Wareham and Cotuit tied for last in that East Division. Brewster with a win over their rivals, the YD Red Sox, today, so now at 53 points in a 25-10-3 record, and then Harwich and Chatham round out the rest of the East Division playoff alignment.
Yeah, Farrell, I look at that West Division. Hyannis is taking it to Harwich right now. Bottom of the 7th, Hyannis is up 6-0 on the Mariners, and then Bourne just a run ahead of Wareham. It's 1-0 in the middle of the 3rd, so by the end of tonight, we could see that division totally flip-flop. And Hyannis won a game earlier today, 5-3 against Bourne. So very, very, very wide open at the top of the Western Division.
The Harbor Hawks are currently the leaders in the win department in the West Division at 19, an opportunity to finish out the regular season with 23. First pitch is a dribbler off the end of the bat from Nick Croce. That's bobbled by Buckler, recovers, throws to first in time, and there's one gone in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, oftentimes with a pitcher trying to field his position there, the old PFP, a lot of things can go wrong, and it kind of did go wrong, but Buckler just made a good throw. Oftentimes you see that throw, the pitcher gets rushed, he's not used to fielding his position, and he sails it over the first baseman's head, but a nice easy throw from Buckler, exactly what was required. Buckler's trying to stamp his cleats out with mud. He is trying to get the traction back in those metal spikes.
One gone, bases empty. Home half of the 5th, A.J. Putty stands in from the right side and takes a pitch inside for ball 1. So for Nick Croce, after he led off, making his Commodores debut tonight with a single line drive sharply past the forehand side of Moran at third, he grounds back to the mound. Nick 1 for 2. And now the 1-0 to A.J. Putty as a breaking ball off the outer edge.
This game also the last installment this year of the Coopers facing off. Head coach Rob Cooper for Cotuit, assistant coach Jake Cooper for Falmouth.
Putty drills it high in the air, deep left field. Going back is Christensen, all the way back. Warning track wall, gone! A.J. Putty leaves the yard for his first homer in a Commodore uniform, and the deficit is cut in half. It's 2-1 Cotuit.
Well, there's a big swing, a towering fly ball to left field. A.J. Putty crushes a baseball. That was a long time coming for A.J. Was just trying to unlock that tremendous power that he has from the right side. An incredible freshman season at Illinois. That swing is why. A strong swing. And he got a center cut fastball and sent it to the moon. That pitch is not one that you can miss to A.J. Putty. Great swing.
First pitch to Gialusi, lined into right field, and coming on to make the catch is Beaver for the second out.
Well, even that was a good swing, too. Gialusi, if that gets in the gap, then he's probably got extra bases.
At Illinois in his freshman season, A.J. Putty, 9 homers and 52 RBIs, a .313 average. Finally on the board here in the Cape Cod League. Commodores trail by 1, home half of the 5th. 2 outs and the base is empty. And it's the righty hitting Drew Turpins to the plate, who takes the breaking ball for a called strike.
Well, hopefully that can energize this Falmouth order a little bit. The top 4 of the batting order that's usually been so stellar. Those guys yet to record a hit today.
2 straight strikes from the righty Buckler, who sent Turpins down by way of the K to begin the bottom of the 3rd. A strikeout swinging for Drew, 0 for 1. He'll face an 0-2 count with 2 out. Gavin Greger at the top of the order looms on deck. Pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball, and Buckler is out of the bottom of the 5th, but not before a run on a solo blast from A.J. Putty. 2-1 Kettleers as we move it to the 6th on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Netting Pros, Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros. Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. So a breath of fresh air for the Commodores offense. They get a run on a solo blast to deep left from A.J. Putty in the bottom of the 5th as we move at top 6, 2-1 lead for Cotuit. Farrell Hudson and Andrew Hilsman. You'll hear from the 3rd member of our crew, Timmy Weiss, in the middle of the inning. Our producers, Landon Still, Skylar Ellis, broadcast director, Emily Gerard, all on hand on this nice Friday evening. The penultimate game of the regular season from Gov Fuller Field. As to lead off the top of the 6th, it's the righty hitting first baseman, Hogan Denny, who dribbles it foul.
Well, Aiello finally gave up earned runs. He's not an invincible left-hander, but still a good start. Just the 2 earned runs in 4 innings, 2 strikeouts. The strikeouts a little lower than they were the last time he threw against Cotuit.
Denny, Christensen, and DiMaggio, 3, 4, 5 in the Kettleer order.
Still a good start, and Kowalczyk looking to build off of it.
Into his wind, home with the 0-1, fastball away.
Aiello got charged with both of the runs, even though one was allowed off of the first pitch that Casey Kowalczyk threw entering the game.
Hogan Denny, the first baseman out of Indiana, 0 for 2 in the ball game, a fly ball to right and a strikeout. One of the 2 strikeout victims of Christian Aiello's in the top of the 4th. Kowalczyk steps off the rubber. Not sure if this is something to do, Andrew, with the grip of the baseball. You were mentioning that last inning with the rain coming in.
I think it is. I don't know if Kowalczyk is struggling to grip the baseball or what, but it's not raining anymore.
It's turned out to be a pretty nice night. You know when you get that rain and then it gets a little bit cooler out? Yeah. That's exactly how it feels right now, at least from the press box here at the Gov.
I think Kowalczyk just trying to settle down here.
Potentially it's something with the buzzer?
I don't know what it is because Falmouth doesn't use pitch comp. So I'm not sure what it might be.
You could potentially factor in that it's Mark Gialusi just trying to aid his relief pitcher. Gialusi catching
Maybe so, yep.
So many different pitching staffs. We mentioned 4 different collegiate summer teams. Began at Rutgers, appeared in only 2 games, but a strong season at Villanova this year. He's accustomed to traveling here, there, and everywhere in baseball. 1-1 pitch with nobody out is dribbled foul once again, 1-2.
That's a really strong offering. A hard fastball low in the zone. Denny dribbles it back. That's one that I think Kowalczyk will be happy to have settled back in.
1 ball, 2 strike offering outside.
He's lost his hat a couple of times too.
Final line in the ball game for the lefty Christian Aiello. 4 1/3 innings of work, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Not invincible, as you mentioned, Andrew, but the season ERA at 1.23 as the 2-2s fouled first base side out of play.
That's a really well-executed slider that time from Kowalczyk. Perfectly spotted on the outside bottom part of the plate.
Kettleers in the strikeout department, very similar to the Commodores. Falmouth still leads the league offensively in strikeouts with 351. Cotuit 12 behind at 339. Kowalczyk looking for a K here, and he's got it on a swing and a miss from Hogan Denny. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Oh, made Denny look silly that time. Low inside fastball at 94 miles an hour. Kowalczyk, whatever he and Gialusi talked about seemed to help. That was a really strong sending down there of Hogan Denny on the strikeout.
Man, with that cut fastball low and inside, maybe the Minnesota Twins, a Central team would like a word one day. Cold night, can break a lot of bats.
Sure.
1 out, bases empty, righty-lefty matchup, and a fly ball to deep left. Carter White settles under it and retires Sam Christensen for the 2nd out.
Yeah, that fastball just all run, all ride. And he gets behind it so well, spins it off his fingers. 94. Well, how you doing to Sam Christensen? And easy fly ball outside.
Second time in the ball game that Christensen has flown out to Carter White and left. He's now 0 for 3. So Kowalczyk, 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Already matchup, it's Jesse DiMaggio who takes the breaking pitch low. Check that Christensen single in the top of the 4th. 5 hits for the Kettleers and 2 runs across 5 2/3. One-0.
Fastball misses downstairs, starting to maybe get a little too aggressive on that pitch and stride down the mound. Got to make sure his mechanics stay sound. He's a hard-throwing guy. Looks very confident out there on the mound.
2 ball, no strike offering is lined into deep center. Going back is Gregor in front of the warning track, goes all the way back, and it's gone. How about that? The ball just kept sailing on out of here. Jesse DiMaggio, a solo blast, and it's back to a 2-run lead for Cotuit.
Well, Gavin Gregor had his hands up. He's like, I don't know where this ball is, and he wouldn't, even if he saw it, he wouldn't have had to play on it, as that one almost 400 feet to straightaway center. That ball was ripped. It cleared the wall by probably 4 or 5 feet.
The low fastball center cut. Driven out of here to the deepest part of Gov Fuller Field for Jesse DiMaggio. That's home run number 2, RBI number 11. Now 1 for 3 in the ball game, and it's back to a 2-run lead. Righty-lefty matchup with the bases empty and 2 out. Kowalczyk into his wind, spins a breaking ball top 3rd on the outside edge for a called strike.
So the lead back to 2, and Cotuit, a team that doesn't really homer all that much. Only now 15 on the summer. The league leader is Brewster. What a surprise there. 25 home runs.
Jacob Lee, Dane Harvey. attributing to
Those
a lot
are
of that
some power
total.
bats,
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
Saw that with Dane Harvey's grand slam in Game 2 of the season against Falmouth.
Which really does feel like 3 weeks ago.
Insane. 1-1's a swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour heater, and Kowalczyk's ahead in the count. Sturgis 0 for 2 in the ball game. A grounder to A.J. Putty sharply to end the top of the second, and a fly ball to Tommy Harrison in deep right. Sturgis did not go around, and it's 2-2.
Just as long as Kowalczyk can rein it in and continue attacking the zone, Falmouth would absolutely rather give up some hard contact rather than walk a lot of guys on and then have the hard contact come in.
That's what Christian Aiello did today, as the 2-2's high, and it's a full count. No walks again for Aiello, who now, for the Commodores, through 15 innings plus, 3 walks, no walks today.
We have not had a walk today for either squad. Been a walkless ball game.
Aiello in his 2 starts previous has pitched in games in which the Commodores have been victorious. July 23rd over Chatham the other, as this one's driven into shallow right. In charge is Tommy Harrison, but he'll let it bounce in front of him for a 2-out single.
So 2 straight base hits for Cotuit. Sturgis just a bloop into no man's land. That's shallow right field. It's a good base hit. Not hit hard at all, but it's a good swing.
2 straight hits, a long ball, and a shallow fly ball to right. It's J.J. Moran, who's got a .244 average on the season, but 3rd on the team in that department, 2nd in OPS, tied for 2nd in RBIs, a starter in 53 games for Stanford this spring. Moran's come around to score in the top of the 5th, part of a 2-run inning for Cotuit. 2 for 2 in the ball game, a double and a single. Nice crowd still on hand amidst the rain and the 2-run deficit. 1-0. Low, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Kowalczyk just fighting to stay consistent with his command. He's missing high and missing low a lot with the fastball.
Kowalczyk, the rising senior from Creighton, who entered tonight's outing only 7 innings of collegiate summer baseball action between Falmouth and his time spent with the Lacrosse Loggers in the Northwoods League 2 summers ago. Snap throw back to first. No walks for Commodores pitching tonight through 5 2/3. Lived around the strike zone. Facing a Cotuit team that's 9th in runs on Cape Cod with 151. Kowalczyk deals, foul back.
And there's a good location for the fastball. It's a challenge pitch. And rose up and away from Moran's barrel. Got to be careful, though. You can't miss in that spot too many times. It will get hit pretty hard if it's a center cut fastball like that. Especially if the hitter expects it.
Snap throw back to first. Tag apply, not in time. It was to the wrong side of the bag. Nonetheless, Kowalczyk had Isaac Sturgis beat, who had a wide lead and just got back.
Oof. Sturgis was jumping around, and Kowalczyk timed him up very well to toss it back over to first. That was real close. Closest pickoff attempt we've seen this year.
Another throw back to first. And it's usually the lefties that have a base runner guessing.
Right.
That time it was Sturgis who was caught trying to take off at first, but had just enough wherewithal to read and react. Another throw back to first. Didn't even see that much from Christian Aiello. You mentioned first tossover attempt came in the 5th inning.
It's rare to see. Falmouth usually likes to keep runners in check if they can. Maybe today trusting the solid arm of Mark Gialusi behind the dish.
Fly ball deep center. Going back is Gregor once again. Warning track at the wall makes the catch. So a ride to the deepest part of the park by J.J. Moran, but he can't drive it out of the yard, and the Commodores are thankful for that. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Back to a 2-run lead for the Kettleers, and we're back in a moment on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Welcome back to Commodores baseball. Bottom of the 6th inning from the Gov. A 3-1 lead for the Cotuit Kettleers. And the top third in the Commodore order comes to the plate. Gavin Gregor, Braden Jeffries, and Carter White against the right-hander Ryan Buckler into his wind, and Gregor shoots it into the right center field gap. That ball's going to get down and split the outfielders going to the wall. Gregor turns and burns towards second, and he leads off the bottom of the 6th with a stand-up double.
Well, great swing, Gavin. I mean, that is exactly what is needed there on that pitch. Got an off-speed pitch, saw it well. It looked like a change-up from the right-hander Buckler, who's into his 6th inning of work. But Gregor with some great speed aboard to start this inning. It's the first time Falmouth has had their leadoff batter reach base.
So far for Ryan Buckler, 5 innings of 1-run ball, 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And it's the left-handed hitting Jeffries to the plate, and Braden takes the fastball high and away. Jeffries in the ball game 0 for 2. A fly ball to Christensen in left, and a ground ball to first. 1-0. Jeffries hammers it deep down the right field line, and it's just foul.
Oh, that was close. That would have been, if that landed fair, it would have spun foul, been a ground rule double, would have scored Gavin Gregor easily.
So Jeffries a loud piece of contact, but he's ahead of Buckler's fastball. 1-1 pitch incoming. Good speed on the bases, and Gavin Gregor. Scoring position with nobody out. Commodores trail by 2. And what was a scoreless affair, as our sideline reporter Timmy Weiss alluded to, entering the top of the 5th. Jeffries lines it into right field, same spot, but a different result. Rounding third and coming to the plate's Gregor. He'll score on an RBI single from Jeffries, and it's back to a 1-run game.
Braden Jeffries with 2 excellent swings on similar pitches. That time he got a slider and did what he needed to with it, ripped it into right field. And Jeffries, if he can start to heat up at this point in the year as we head into the postseason, Falmouth would like nothing more, I don't think. And that is probably going to mark the end of the day here for Ryan Buckler, who has had a really solid outing. But he's been throwing strikes all day. 53 pitches, 42 strikes.
It's the pitching coach, Kevin Curtin.
Maybe not done just yet.
Out to the mound for a conversation.
Buckler
Rob Cooper
has been tremendously efficient.
Rob Cooper stays put in the Cotuit dugout for Kevin Curtin, a coach at Tufts University in 2025. Tufts led the NESCAC in strikeouts and walk-to-strikeout ratio, indicative of the outing so far that his righty starter Ryan Buckler is having. A one-run game, bottom six, tying run in Braden Jeffries off of first with nobody out for the left-handed hitting Carter White.
And for Jeffries, again, like I mentioned, if his bat can heat up, that is great news for Falmouth. It's been so consistent all year. Had that 14-game hit streak that was broken at Wareham on last Friday.
And a 19-game on-base streak as it's lined foul on the first pitch he sees from Buckler. Rather, that's Carter White. Braden Jeffries, as we were mentioning, with the on-base streak.
Exactly the part of the lineup that you want if you want to throw the finishing blow to Ryan Buckler's start. You've got momentum and a runner on base. Force him out of the game with a couple of good swings.
A .314 average for White. He's got 15 RBIs in 17 games as a Commodore. The 0-1 offering. Lined right center field, and that ball's down for a base hit. Jeffries coasts around second. He's burning towards third. He may get the wave to the plate as he comes around third, comes all the way in to score on a game-tying double. For Carter White, it's 3-all.
Big-time swing from Carter White. That's exactly what you needed. And Carter, RBI number 16, that ties for the team lead. That is tremendous stuff.
As it's the guy you want in the box with a tie game.
Absolutely.
And a runner in scoring position. Mr. RBI, Mr. 85 RBI in Tommy Harrison. That was 85 in 54 games, shattering a program record with the Miami Redhawks in the Midwestern Athletic Conference, MAC. Shattered the record this year to go along with 17 homers as he takes a fastball high. It's 1-0. Harrison, a great start in a Commodore uniform. .367 average in 8 games, 11 hits, 4 extra base hits, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch is low and away.
Buckler's starting to leave stuff over the plate a little too much. I have to imagine that if he gets an out here, that'd be great, but he might not have too much left in the tank. Starting to miss his spots, and then when he gets into the zone, it's just too far over to the heart of the plate, and this is not a guy you want to miss to.
2-0, rolled on the ground, that'll get a job done. It's to second base, and Santana's got only one play. It's at first as Harrison's retired, but up 90 feet goes Carter White.
Santana's had a busy day over there at second base. We were talking about it earlier.
And
now Rob Cooper
is going to do it.
Yep. That's what I thought. It was going to be just get that out and end your day, but a really solid start for Ryan Buckler, but better hitting in the sixth for Falmouth.
So as it stands, 5 1/3 of 3-run, 6-hit ball. No walks and 3 strikeouts for the righty Buckler, who gets a tap from his manager Cooper, who will relieve him. 1 out, bottom of the 6th, and the go-ahead run for the Commodores is 90 feet away. We'll see you on the other side of the break on Cape League TV. Ryan Buckler's day is done after 5 1/3, and it's another righty for the Kettleers. It's Chase Vandermeed, Andrew.
Yeah, Vandermeed has spent the first 2 seasons of his college career at Notre Dame, but he's heading up north a little bit to go play for the Michigan State Spartans, where his dad is actually the pitching coach. So he'll be teammates with current Commodore Brady Chambers, former Commodores Aiden Donovan, and everyone's favorite Logan Pecor.
Oh, yeah.
Great character that Falmouth got some great outings out of this summer. But Vandermeed has been just as excellent for Cotuit this year. He's an all-star selection, and it's been really, really good in his time with Cotuit. A 2.13 ERA. 8 appearances, 12 2/3 innings. 3 earned runs on the year, just 12 hits. 5 walks, 22 strikeouts.
Vandermeed will deal with the righty hitting Matthew Farner. Cotuit brings the infield in. 1 out, bottom of the 6th in a tie game. Vandermeed, the sidewinder, delivers inside for ball 1.
And that is a true sidearmer throwing 92.
Yeah, that's filthy.
It's a bit of an adjustment. Bit of an adjustment. Up and in to Farner, who stands pretty close to the plate as is.
A deep breath and a 1-0. Farner off the end of the bat, jam shot to first base. Denny's coming to home plate. Tag applied, just in time. Bellin nabs Carter White.
Jack Dom
coming to the plate
immediately out of the dugout.
And yeah, Jack Dom does not look too happy. He's coming out to have a conversation with Robert Milnes as the go-ahead run is cut down at the plate.
I don't think it's a pleasant conversation either. This is as heated as we've seen Jack Dom all summer. Whoa, he is really fired up.
We mentioned no one's been tossed yet by for the Commodores this year.
I'm a little surprised. Fire us up, Skip.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Wow. That's the most
credit to Robert Milnes.
Absolutely.
Because Jack
I don't
Dom
know how he didn't get
lot
rung up
of
there.
latitude
Yes,
there.
he did.
Runner on first base with 2 out. Righty-righty matchup. Has a swing and a miss from Nick Croce. I mean, it feels like
I could feel the tension from up here.
98 times out of 100.
Oh my
that usually
goodness.
gets you an early shower.
Absolutely it does.
But with Robert Milnes, he chose to sit in there and take the heat.
Oof. Need a John Boy breakdown on that one.
I don't think we're going to need one.
I don't think we're going to need one. We heard plenty.
Pretty clear.
And we heard it pretty clear.
I think what saved Jack Dom was didn't have any of those magic words going. Kept it relatively civil despite voicing his displeasure. The 0-2 with 2 out. Off the outside edge. Throw down to second base. Not in time. A stolen bag for Matthew Farner.
And honestly, I think Coach Dom was absolutely warranted. Maybe he didn't have the best view of the caller. Maybe he had a great view. It looked like it was pretty bang-bang from up here, but Coach Dom knows what that run means. This is a big game. Falmouth's still trying to fight for a 2-game home set in the first playoff series.
1-2, line down the right field line, foul into the Commodore bullpen. Any edge you can get?
Yep.
Commodores with 16 wins entering tonight.
But
still likely they'll host a playoff series, but every game matters down the stretch.
Absolutely. That was awesome. You don't see that very often on the Cape.
It's very tough, in fairness. Robert Melms, I think what Dom was complaining about most was Bellin blocking the plate as the 1-2 misses outside. That was more the argument than the tag being applied.
I think you're right.
I at least believe that.
That's now that you explain it that way, I think you're right about that.
But you know it's got to be one in which Jack Dom feels a lot of conviction for, because you never see him get that heated. Nonetheless, he remains in the game. As are the Commodores. Tie game, bottom of the 6th with 2 out, and the 2-2 fouled off as Nick Croce, in only his 3rd at-bat as a Commodore, putting together a great at-bat.
And Carter White, I think, was a little surprised that he wasn't in there safe as well.
Think about what you're saying, is what Jack Dom said. I guess that's a good lesson for us broadcasters, too. Got to think about what we're saying.
Yep.
Learn something new every day. 2-2 pitch, lined into right field. That's down for a base hit. Rounding third and coming to the plate is Matthew Farner. The throw is not in time, cut off by the first baseman, Denny from Beaver. A go-ahead RBI single for Croce. It's 4-3 Commodores.
Wow, great piece of hitting from Nick Croce. What a great pickup he's been so far, huh? I mean, my goodness. Some good plays in the field.
So
Farner worked his way aboard and did a good job of staying at first right there, because the throw got cut off. Denny was going to try and maybe back pick him.
So a 3-run, 4-hit inning. And some may say that somewhere Rasheed Wallace would be smiling. Runner on first base with 2 out for the right-handed hitting A.J. Putty. Vandermeed fires back to first.
Interestingly enough, he didn't sidearm it over to first. But he's a sidearm guy. He's touched 94 today. That is rare.
First offering to Putty is a called strike. AJ, who needs no introduction, solo blast to left. His last time up. A 3-run bottom of the 6th for the Commodores to take a 1-run lead. 0-1, line foul. So for Chase Vandermeed, he's gone a 1/3 of an inning so far, but the Commodores have greeted him rudely. 4-3 lead, runner on first base, 2 out. 0-2 incoming to Putty. He's reached base twice today, fielder's choice, and the solo shot in the 5th. Vandermeed deals inside, it drills Putty.
Right in the elbow guard. Thank goodness for elbow guards. And Putty just walks it off like it's nothing.
So Mark Gialusi comes to the plate, 2 on and 2 out. Croce on second, Putty on first. Mark in the ball game, 0 for 2. A grounder back to the mound, in which Ryan Buckler lost his glove in the process, but rebounded with an underhand flip to first to end the 2nd. And for Gialusi in the bottom of the 5th, a fly ball to right. First pitch high and away for ball 1.
It's really important here for Chase Vandermeed to locate. Hit by pitch. I haven't seen a walk from either side today, but the worst thing would be to have this order turn over in this frame with momentum fully on Falmouth's side.
1-0. Fouled off of the catcher Bell into the backstop.
I think I might have caught a piece of Robert Melms behind the plate, too.
Vandermeed looking to get the Kettleers out of the 6th inning without any further damage done. Next pitch, lined foul, first base side out of play, and the count 1-2. Gianluci, a .278 hitter in the Major League Baseball Draft League with the Trenton Thunder here in 2026. .257 hitter in 46 ball games at Villanova. 1-2 from Vandermeed with 2 out. Pitch lined and dropped on one hop at second base. Spinning the forehand side, Santana, he throws it away. As both runs come in to score, or rather, Croce comes in to score. Up to third base goes Putty, and up to second, Gianluci on a very likely E4. It's now 5-3 Commodores.
Oh, maybe a ball that Dawson Santana, if he goes and has an attempt at that play again, maybe he just holds it. He did a good job to field that ball deep in the hole and just airmailed the throw to Denny, had to rush it. And that did not go well for the second baseman of Cotuit.
So Croce crosses the plate. Putty advances to third. And now Gianluci's on second on an E4. First error made in the ball game on either side, and the Commodores will gladly take it. Drew Turpins rounds out the batting order for the Commodores here in the bottom of the 6th. They've batted around.
That they have.
Drew Turpins, an 0 for 2 night at the plate, 2 strikeouts.
Where is Drew Turpins? It looks like
Jeff Lugi's going to pinch
Jeff
hit.
Lugi's coming in. Maybe? I think so. Yeah.
And indeed, that is the case. For the incoming Northwestern Wildcat, the .318 average in 7 games here in Falmouth. 6 runs, 7 hits, an extra base hit, no homers, and 3 RBIs.
Luigi had a tremendous day in his pseudo homecoming for Falmouth when he played at Hyannis last week. 4 for 4.
Reached base in all
times.
6 plate appearances.
Amazing, yep.
Putty on third, Gianluci on second. 2 outs, we're in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-run lead for the Commodores. As Vandermeed steps off the rubber, grabs a hold of the rosin. Ball still potentially a little bit wet, especially if it's thrown out to the mound by Robert Melms. Skips in the grass. A little bit of rain passing through the area here at Gov Fuller Field 45 minutes to an hour ago. First pitch to Luigi inside. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0.
You'd imagine that that'd just be a one-man for one-man swap. Jeff Lugi's probably going to come in and play second base in place of Drew Turpins. But Jack Dom doing everything he can to try and keep this rally going.
1-0 pitch from Vandermeed outside for ball 2.
This has been a long inning for Chase Vandermeed.
Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. We're in the 6th. 3-7-1 for Cotuit. 5-7-0 for the Commodores. Chance to potentially put the game out of reach here as the fastball clips the inside corner for a called strike at 92.
Vandermeed came into the game with a runner at third. Actually got him out on that play that Jack Dom went and had a discussion with Robert Melms about. But has now let a couple more runs come across.
2-1 to Luigi is a swing and a miss.
Fastball at 90 on the outer half. A lot of things you can do here now if you're Vandermeed. If you have Jeff Luigi looking at the outside part of the plate, lots of ways you can go.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch incoming to Jeff Luigi with 2 outs. Vandermeed a deep breath from the right side of the rubber into his wind, funnels it home in a swing. And foul tip off the glove of Bellin as Luigi remains alive.
Maybe a second chance here as well. That ball should have been caught. Last I'd looked, I think Cal Travers is getting ready to come into the game for Falmouth on the pitching side of things whenever we get to the road half of the 7th.
Longwood southpaw, be the second lefty the Kettleers would see tonight. 2-2 to Luigi. Is line foul.
Good pitch to swing at. Again, that same spot, the fastball. Middle outside. And just laid on it.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch incoming from the righty Vandermeed. Putty off of third, Gialusi off of second. 2-2, swing and a miss. Luigi down on strikes, and that does it for the Commodores in the home half. Not before 4 runs on 4 hits, an error, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the 7th, a 2-run lead for Falmouth on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly options. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Let's take a look at the scores across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism.
Well, 9 games have been scheduled for today. 9 will be played. We're only going to mention the ones initially scheduled for today. And the 2 that have gone final, the 2 9-inning contests that have gone final, Brewster takes down Yarmouth Dennis 8-4. And Hyannis whoops up on Harwich. Harwich did not score until the top of the 9th. Hyannis wins 8-2. Other games going on, Chatham and Orleans. Chatham 6, Orleans 7 in the middle of the 8th. And then Bourne is down by 1 to Wareham in the top of the 5th over there across the bridge. It's 2-1 in favor of the Gatemen. And this game, as we go into the top of the 7th, it's a tight one, 5-3 for the Commodores.
So we're done with the 6th as we move to the 7th here in Falmouth. And a new pitcher on the mound, it's Cal Travers. Casey Kowalczyk's final line, an inning and 2/3. He gives up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. But now it's the left-hander in Cal Travers out of Longwood.
And Travers has really impressed me this year. You know, you never really know what you're going to get out of the guys that come in late in a season, but he's had some really impressive appearances. Last through 2 games ago in Falmouth's loss against YD, that was on Sunday, through 43 pitches, 29 strikes, 2 earned runs, fanned 3 in 2 1/3 of pitching. And before that, perhaps his best appearance of the year in Falmouth's 10-4 win against Chatham. That was last Wednesday. 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts.
It's the 8, 9, and 1 in the Kettleers order. It begins with the righty hitting second baseman, Dawson Santana, who takes the fastball high.
I wonder if Vandermeed for Cotuit's going to stay in the game as their pitcher when we get to the bottom of the 7th. Also, Jeff Luigi into the game in place of Drew Turpin's playing second base.
1-0 pitch. Fastball strike. For Santana, a solid year at San Diego State in the Mountain West Conference, a .263 batting average in 60 games, 55 hits, 6 extra base hits, a homer, and 32 RBIs in his 4th game as a Cotuit Kettleer. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Santana followed by Bellin and Aguayo here in the top of the 7th. Commodores 9 defensive outs away from a very important Friday night victory. Swing and a miss. Inside pitch, 86, well located, and Cal Travers has his first out by way of the K.
And Travers' strikeout numbers have been solid, averaging over a strikeout an inning. And just impressive to see a guy from Longwood come on in and slot himself right into the bullpen as a long reliever type guy. Travers just doesn't give up a lot of hard hit balls.
It's another righty. Tyler Bellin to the plate with 1 out and the base is empty.
You look at teams across the Cape against left-handers. Cotuit right in the middle, hitting .235 against Southpaws this year. Falmouth right close to that too, but the whole league a little worse against lefties than they are righties.
Outside for ball 1. Yeah, I mean, you don't see lefties as often.
Right. Cotuit actually, funny enough, the worst batting average on Cape Cod against right-handers. At a number of .214.
1-1 pitch is away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike with the bases empty and 1 out. Top of the 7th inning, a 2-run lead for the Commodores. Thanks to a 4-run bottom of the 6th, 4 runs and 4 hits. Much needed inning for Falmouth, who got back to within a run after the solo blast by A.J. Putty in the bottom of the 5th. The solo shot off the bat of Jesse DiMaggio in the top of the 6th made it then a 2-run game. Fly ball to right. Tommy Harrison's got it for the 2nd out.
Another one of those Adam balls. And Bellin had his first single of his Cape career this evening with that RBI single he had in the 5th, but has had a quiet day aside from that. He's been good behind the plate too. I mean, I imagine as a bullpen catcher, you get a lot of experience seeing pitchers trying stuff and maybe missing wild.
You literally catch every arm.
Exactly.
Except for the starting pitcher.
Right.
3rd straight righty, and it's back to the top of the batting order. Aiden Aguayo, the shortstop, stands in and takes a breaking pitch at 84 low.
And I think Gianlucci got crossed up there. He's going to go up and talk to Cal about the signs, make sure they're on the same page. But back to what I was saying with Bellin is what I mean by he has a lot of practice seeing pitchers try different things is the fact that guys try different stuff in the bullpen. That's no secret. But if Bellin puts as much effort as he can into blocking stuff, he's got a lot of practice keeping stuff in front of him. In a bullpen, you don't really need to, but it's a common courtesy to your pitcher.
Gianlucci still figuring out the pitching staff for the Commodores a few games in as the 1-0 is flied first base side foul into the bleachers. 35 different Commodore pitchers have been used by Jack Dahm in just 37 games. Think you could name all 35?
Oh,
we would have to.
Let's give that a try after the game. I want to see how well I do.
I think anything less than 33 would be fireable offense for both of us.
Fireable. I mean, my memory's not that good.
Fair enough.
I mean, for
I
you,
guess
33 out of 35, yes. For me, if I can get like 28, I'd be happy.
4 out of 5, 80%.
Yep. It's a B on a test, right?
2-1 pitch with 2 out. Aguayo swings, lines it softly beyond Luigi at second into shallow right center for a base hit. Harrison retrieves on a 2-out single from Aguayo.
And again, if you're Travers, you're going to be okay with that. That's not a hard hit ball. Cotuit's had a lot of those bloop singles today. Just the one long ball off of Jesse DiMaggio, which was a weird swing in and of itself, as Gavin Greger thought he had a beat on it, and then he's like, I got no idea where this ball is. That's all right, because he wasn't going to be able to make a play on it anyway.
All lefty matchup, it's Landon Beaver tied atop the team lead in homers with Jake Hanley. Steps to the dish. Beaver 0 for 3 in the ball game. For Aguayo, who just reached, he's now 1 for 4 with an RBI. So Cotuit, as you saw there quickly on the Jumbotron at Gov Fuller Field, a one-hit lead, but a two-run lead for the Commodores. As it's off the end of the bat, shallow right field, Tommy Harrison makes the catch, and that does it for a scoreless seventh for Cal Travers. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a runner left. Let's get up and stretch. 6.5 through at the Gov. Two-run lead for the Commodores on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Timmy Weiss on hand as the Falmouth Commodores are up 5-3 over Cotuit as we head to the bottom of the seventh. And the bats for Falmouth have been working recently, and they've been coming in bunches. In 5 of the last 14 innings after the bottom of the sixth, Falmouth has scored 2 runs or more. And then in 3 of those 5, Falmouth has scored exactly 4 runs. They did 2 against Bourne. That was both in the first inning and then a later inning in that one. And then also today, Falmouth in the bottom of the sixth, exactly 4 runs. So the bats have really been working in bunches. We'll see if the Doors can keep the offense going and close this one out.
Thanks, Tim. As we move bottom 7, it's back to the top of the Commodores batting order. Gavin Greger to the plate. It's Greger, Jeffries, and Carter White with a 2-run lead for Falmouth, 6 outs away from victory on this Friday night. As Chase Vandermeed remains on the mound for the Kettleers and fires a first pitch fastball away at 90.
It's hard to believe the playoffs are almost here. Cape Cod 2026 Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs presented by Reader's Hardwood Supply. The only 2 teams trying to fight for their postseason lives, Cotuit and Wareham.
Next offering outside, 2-0 to Gavin Greger.
Look at what's going on with Wareham at the moment. Wareham up 2-1 on Bourne. We were talking during a break earlier. Hyannis has a real chance to win this division, and they're now in the lead of the division.
2-ball, no strike offering from Vandermeed is fouled up against the netting on the third base side.
Because Hyannis beat Bourne earlier today, and then beat Harwich at their place, or beat Harwich at home. So they've got 40 points to Bourne's 39.
Commodores will see the Harbor Hawks at McKeon Park for the 5th and final time tomorrow. As the strike's on the inside corner to Greger at the knees, it's 2-2. So Cal Travers escapes a 2-out single from Aiden Aguayo and pitches a scoreless 7th. Now the Commodores attempt to tack on insurance. 2-2 from Vandermeed with nobody out as Greger fouls it back.
Greger's put together some great at-bats today. The first one all the way back to lead off the game in the bottom of the first, a strikeout, but had some hard-hit contact. A pop out to second base in the third, and then a great double into the right center alley his last time up.
2-2 pitch to Greger, fouled off again. Gavin continuously putting together great at-bats. A .288 average in 16 games entering tonight. 17 hits, an extra base hit, No homers and 5 RBIs. Chase Vandermeed, born in Pontiac, Michigan, an attendee of Brother Rice High School in Bloomfield Hills, nearby. As you mentioned, going to become teammates with Logan Pecor, Brady Chambers, as the next offering fouled off again by Gregor. I have to ask Brady Chambers if there's any recollection of Chase Vandermeed growing up.
It's always funny to see how these players' baseball lives have intertwined in travel ball and tournaments that they've played. Some guy always knows another guy.
2-2, tipped into the glove of the catcher Bell, and that's strike 3, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
Even though the result's not what he wanted, that's a productive at bat because you burn 7 pitches from Vandermeed. Chase Vandermeed already now above 30 pitches, only threw 3 outs.
It's Braden Jeffries to the plate with 1 out and the base is empty. Braden 1 for 3 in the ballgame. His last trip, an RBI single in the bottom of the 6th, in which he came around to score as part of a 4-run, 4-hit inning for the Commodores. Vandermeed's first offering, a fastball in her third for a called strike. Jeffries entering tonight, the leader, active leader in batting average on Cape Cod at .352 here in 2026. 0-1, swing and a miss. Center cut at 90.
I wonder if Braden's reached the threshold for being a qualified hitter. Let's see, qualified players. The average department. I think, yeah, he's up there on the active leaderboards.
.02 pitch with 1 out. Fastball high. It's amazing that it's corner infielders as part of the top 8 this year on Cape Cod. Dominic Cadiz has been a real shining light for the Orleans Firebirds, despite being eliminated from postseason contention. 48 hits in 36 games, a perfect .333 average. 1-2 pitch from the righty Vandermeed to the lefty hitting Jeffries with 1 out. A swing and a miss. High fastball on the outside corner. Jeffries is retired for the 2nd out.
I think Vandermeed's really starting to get comfortable, finding his footing and starting to work the fastball and change eye levels. A lot of those pitches moving up and away from a left-handed hitter in Braden Jeffries, just because he gets so much side spin on the baseball. He gets away from Jeffries, and that a high fastball on the outside corner put him away.
3 of the 4 outs recorded by Vandermeed are strikeouts this evening. His first offering to Carter White, swing and a miss.
And it's just this high and outside fastball that looks so good coming out of the hands. And I can't tell where the Falmouth hitters are waving on it. I think White got underneath that one. Or maybe it's just a timing problem.
0-1 outside. We're at our vantage point here in the press box at Gov Fuller Field, right behind home plate. You can see the rise in the fastball, certainly impressive. And then you factor in the arm angle in which Vandermeed is challenging these hitters with. Certainly can be a tough velocity to pick up.
Yeah, the arm side movement on the second to last pitch, almost 2 feet away from the left-handed hitting Carter White.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. There's that fastball again, outside corner, Andrew.
And he's just working the lefties away, which is probably smart. He hasn't gone to the breaking ball at all. The fastball is working. And both options, 1, keep going with it. 2, go to something else. Both are excellent options because White has not been able to catch up to the heater. And they're going to call time.
Seems as if it's a malfunction.
Yeah, it's a
with
pitch
the buzzer.
comm issue.
Pitch comm. So for Mark Gialucci, it might have just been adjusting to his relievers.
Yep.
And getting the signs down. This time it actually is a malfunction with the buzzer.
I really wonder how how the PitchCom device malfunctions as much as it does in college baseball. Obviously, the tech is good enough to be used, but it seems like the failure rate, and maybe the disconnection rate, where they need to swap out equipment is a little high. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing for the game. I think PitchCom's great. But I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. I've never tried it myself.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Carter White. The base is empty with 2 outs in the home half of the 7th. A 5-3 lead for the Commodores in the 5th and final meeting of the season between Cotuit and Falmouth. Deep breath from Vandermeed, right side of the rubber into his wind, and the 1-2 low and away. For White today, he's 1 for 3. Pop-up ground ball and an RBI double in the bottom of the 6th. That RBI double tied the game at 3. 2-2 offering from Vandermeed is way high and in tight, and it's a full count.
And good job by Carter White to move him back. Or rather, good job by Carter White to get out of the way, but that pitch really had no way of hitting him.
Payoff pitch from Vandermeed to White on the way. Fouled back. So 3 lefties Vandermeed's faced here in the 7th, with the exception of Braden Jeffries, who still pieces together some of the best at-bats the Commodores have.
Right.
2 stellar at-bats by both Gregor and now White. Another payoff pitch with 2 out.
This will be the 18th pitch of the inning. Either the 19th.
White, a high fly ball to deep right. Now a little bit more shallow. Towards the line, it's Landon Beaver to make the catch. And that does it for the Commodores as they're retired in order by Chase Vandermeed in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and on left, we'll go to the 8th, 5-3 Falmouth on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Cal Travers remains on the mound as we move top 8 from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. A 5-3 lead for the Commodores. Farrell Hudson and Andrew Hilsman, third member of our crew, Timmy Weiss. And Andrew, so far, a good night, all things considered, for the Commodores.
Well, some defensive switches for the Commodores. Looks like Austin Maley into the game.
Fabio Peralta, center.
Yep. So here's what we've got. We have Tommy Harrison moving to first base. We got Gavin Gregor moving over to right. Fabio Peralta into the game in center. I believe that is the extent of the changes. So Maley must be taking, actually I don't know how they'll do that in the batting order. Maley must be in the 9 slot, and then Peralta, I don't know where he'd slot in.
Hogan Denny leads off and takes the breaking ball inside from Travers.
Peralta probably slot into the 7 slot.
Denny at 188, 0 for 3 on the day. A fly ball to right and 2 strikeouts. Jeffries remains at third. Croce, same thing at shortstop. But now it's Maley and Harrison right side of the infield in place of Turpins and Putty. So Gavin Gregor shifts over to right as the 2-0 fastball is at the bottom of the zone for a called strike.
Travers is locating well. As long as he stays efficient, doesn't leave anything over to the heart of the plate, and he's facing the middle of the order for Cotuit. Some hot bats in that order as well.
2-1 strike offer and catches the inside corner. It's 2-2. Denny, Christensen, and DiMaggio, 3, 4, and 5 in the Kettleer order here in the top of the 8th. Travers calmly works from the left side of the rubber into his wide. Home with a 2-2, line into center field. Fabio Peralta goes back and makes the catch for the first out.
Well, exactly where Peralta needed to be, and Denny just off the hands a little bit, like you said. Denny's not had the most success this summer with the Kettleers. Not able to replicate his stellar spring with Indiana. And he's a good ball player, though.
1 out,
So
bases
much
empty.
power.
Top 8, Sam Christensen to the plate. 2 fly balls and a single. And the breaking pitch low. Christensen entered today's ball game, as we mentioned, very limited plate appearances with the Kettleers. Inside and eclipses jersey as he'll go down to first.
Just got a piece of it.
For Christensen, a 154 average in 7 games with Cotuit. On base percentage at 241. Reaches base. Right now, he's plunked. So the tying run comes to the plate for Jesse DiMaggio, who had a solo blast to deep center his last time up.
Interestingly enough, we have not had a walk in this ball game yet. I think this is probably the latest we've gone into a ball game.
I'm sure our friends at Cape Cod Community College wouldn't mind.
No, I don't think they would.
A free pass. First pitch from Travers. Away for ball 1. Now, don't speak it into existence now.
I don't want to. That was
Especially
never
with the
my
Commodores
intention.
in the field.
Never my intent. Just a friendly observation.
Travers a check at first.
I think you kind of just tell that Travers was going to go over to first base that time.
Not as a move, but looking to keep Christensen modest. No stolen bags for Christensen in 7 ball games with Cotuit as the 1-0 strays outside. It's 2-0. Swing and a miss. Soft changeup over the outside corner. Well executed from Travers at 87.
Yeah, with a ton of movement away from right-handed hitter. It's a great spot.
Two 2-1. Fly ball deep center field. Peralta goes back. He's got a play, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Peralta both the outs in this inning. Peralta makes plays. He covers a lot of ground really quick. Yeah, that's just a good read and a ball that was in on the hands for DiMaggio. If he barrels that up, yeah, maybe you see another home run, but just jammed him. Pitch right in the middle of the plate that he was probably looking for something outside and got in off the hands.
First pitch, breaking ball away to the left-handed hitting Isaac Sturgis. 1-0 count with 2 out. Sturgis represents the tying run for Cotuit. 11 RBIs in 28 games as a Kettleer. Travers 1-0. Check swing, strike. Doesn't matter whether he went around or didn't, even though you could hear the Commodores dugout vociferously yell, yes, he did.
Vociferously.
Vociferously, I believe.
Vociferously, yes, okay. Yeah, no, that's right.
Hit sharply into left for a base hit. A 2-out single for Isaac Sturgis, and the tying run is aboard.
Well, now it becomes even more important for Travers to just settle in and be consistent. He's making good pitches. Not just a better swing from Sturgis, and Moran, who's 2 for 3, has been seeing the ball well today. He's had base hits off of both Falmouth pitchers today. The double off of Aiello and the single off of Casey Kowalczyk. Ben Reimer's starting to get warm in the Falmouth bullpen down the right field line.
So how about that? You could have 2 different sidewinders appear in
That's
one
true.
game. Chase Vandermeed and Ben Reimers. Vandermeed and Reimers could face one another too. Notre Dame and Stanford getting together.
Well, Vandermeed will be at Michigan State next year.
Right.
I wonder if they have. Let's see if Notre Dame played.
Did they match
Stanford
up
this year? It's so weird that they're in the ACC. Stanford, I mean. Just doesn't really feel
I always
right.
get confused. Notre Dame is that school that's not part of any conference, right?
For football, that is correct. They're
Okay.
independent. But
Independent,
for
yeah.
basketball, baseball, pretty much every other sport. Men's hockey, they're in the Big Ten.
Right.
But for most other sports, yeah, they're in the ACC. And Jack Dahm getting as much time as he could. And that's going to end the day for Cal Travers, trying to get Reimers warm as quick as he could. And Reimers is ready to come in.
2 outs and 2 runners on for the Kettleers. A 5-3 lead for the Commodores. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Commodores Baseball from Arnie Allen Diamond at Guff Fuller Field. A 5-3 lead for Falmouth. 2 on and 2 out for the Kettleers, top 8, and a new pitcher on in the ball game for the Commodores. It's the right-hander Sidewinder in Ben Reimers.
Yeah, how about another sidearm guy to come into this game? You already saw Chase Vandermeed for Cotuit. Now you get Ben Reimers, the Stanford man, for the Commodores. His last appearance was against YD on Sunday. Reimers walked 2 in 1 inning, but did not allow a run or a hit. He threw the 8th inning before the 9th inning happened against YD.
Ready matchup. J.J. Moran, the third baseman, steps to the plate for the Kettleers, and time called for Robert Milms, who asks Reimers to engage with the righty hitter.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it was that or J.J. Moran just wasn't ready. And I think you might be right there. One of those two.
Final line for Cal Travers, an inning and 2/3. 2 hits, no runs, no earned, no walks, and a strikeout as it stands. The 2 runners, his responsibility as Reimers snaps and fires back to second.
And this game becoming even more important for Cotuit as it goes on, because Wareham is ahead 4 runs on Bourne in the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-1 there.
As you mentioned, Bourne at 39 points. It's a final in Hyannis, 8-2 over the Mariners. Swing and a miss, inside corner fastball at 87.
And to throw 87, 88 from that arm slot, again, very similar to Vandermeed, maybe with a little bit less velocity, but arm slot similar. It's going to be tough for these hitters to pick it up out of the hand for these first couple of at-bats.
10 2/3 innings for Ben Reimers. An 0-1 win-loss record entering tonight as he fires a fastball away. Nice stop from Gialusi.
And Gialusi's not afraid to get down and dirty, get after a ball, keep it from getting past. Great defensive catcher, a type that Falmouth has had plenty of this summer.
1-1 and it drills J.J. Moran in the left leg. The bases are loaded for the Kettleers with 2 out here in the top of the 8th.
Second hit by pitch of the inning. That one could not have felt good for J.J. Moran. Got up and walked it off, though. Good thing, though, is that you just need 1 out. Everything got to be kept on the ground here. And soft contact is what Reimers is going to go for. Anything hit hard, that's bad news.
It's Dawson Santana with the bases loaded for the Kettleers, and he takes a called strike.
Reimers should not be afraid. Go right at him. Santana with a single. But the worst thing you could do for your confidence is walk a guy here.
Christensen's on third, Sturgis on second, Moran on first. Fouled back. Right on cue, Andrew. It's 0-2.
Biggest pitch of the game coming up, because anything that gets through the infield is going to tie this game. Good speed on third and second with Christensen and Sturgis, like you said. This is a big moment.
0-2. Incoming from Ben Reimers. Line drive, caught at second base by Austin Maley. To the backhand side. He saves 2 runs, and he saves the lead for the Commodores. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. 7.5 through. 5-3 Commodores on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Acrobatic play by Austin Maley to end the top of the 8th inning, and that's where things stand as we move to the bottom frame. 5-3 lead for the Commodores. 3 defensive outs away from their 4th victory against the Kettleers this season, and a 17th overall, which would keep them in keeps them in 3rd place regardless, but nice to have a victory. Darrell Hudson and Andrew Hillsman as Tommy Harrison steps to the plate. This guy has been everything for the Commodores.
Tommy Tanks has had some great games this week. 0 for 3 today, but that just means he's due. MAC Player of the Year this spring at Miami of Ohio. 6-game hit streak since he got put into the lineup. He's been tremendous for Falmouth.
2 for 4, 2 runs, a homer, and 3 RBIs on Tuesday night in the 4-run victory over Bourne as he leads off the 8th against the sidewinder Vandermeed, who deals a called strike. Harrison, Farner, and Croce, middle 3rd in the Commodore order here in the bottom of the 8th.
What an amazing play that was by Austin Maley to end the top end of the 8th. That was a big-time play.
0-1 offering, inside corner again, 0-2.
Tommy's just not seen the power come through today. It'll be tough against Vandermeed, who's pretty solid against left-handed hitters.
0 for 3, 2 ground balls, and a pop-up. 0-2 incoming to Harrison, swing and a miss. Fastball at 90, and Tommy's down for the first out.
4th K of the day for Vandermeed. 3 of those 4 coming in the last 4 outs.
Yeah, certainly a reputable relief outing so far for Chase Vandermeed. As Matthew Farner comes to the plate, he's 1 for 2. He's reached twice, a single and a fielder's choice.
Yeah, outside of that 6th inning, the Cotuit pitching has been really solid today. That one big inning has been the undoing.
Vandermeed deals outside into the backstop.
As I say that, but just kidding. That's just one wild pitch. That's fine.
Commodores have done a nice job getting their base runners across. Only 3 left on base in tonight's game for Cotuit. The left on base trend continues. That's 8 tonight to go along with 8 earlier in their 7-1 loss to Wareham. Called strike on Farner, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, oftentimes a streak like that maybe just needs a good night's rest to break itself, but not afforded that. Cotuit playing its 2nd game of the day.
1 ball, 1 strike offering with the bases empty is outside.
I mean, Cotuit defensively, they're in their 15th inning of baseball today.
Certainly a significant advantage the Commodores have entering today's game.
Now, they'll have to deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah, busy slate on Cape Cod tomorrow as well. 7 games. Lined off the end of the bat to first. And Denny doesn't even have to move a muscle.
He didn't move at all. That was the laziest catch I've ever seen. And I don't say that as a dig at Hogan Denny, as he's got a smile on his face. But, I mean, he just didn't have to move. That's as easy as it gets.
Nick Croce has had quite the solid Commodores debut. 2 for 3, an RBI single in the bottom of the 6th, and he's come around to score.
Great debut. A couple of good plays, or a good play in the field as well.
Already matchup, 2 outs, base is empty. Vandermeed into his wind, fires, dribbled off the glove of Vandermeed. Going to be a tough play, and no play. Another hit for Nick Croce.
Well, one of the Commodores found here in Nick Croce. Croce and now his infield counterpart today, both of them were teammates when Austin Maley was at Chipola College. But what a day that Croce has had. 3 for 4, 3 singles, a run batted in, and a run scored. That's as good as it gets for a debut. And a couple of good plays in the field, too. He's a diamond in the rough, maybe, for the Commodores.
Croce a 277 average, 6 homers and 31 RBIs in 56 ball games in 2026.
It's nothing crazy numbers-wise, but when Jack Dom sees a good player, when he sees a player, he knows what makes him good or not, and that's a good player.
It's Fabio Peralta's first plate appearance of the day. Fabio not a starter, coming in as a defensive replacement. Bats in place of A.J. Putty with 2 out.
Yeah, Putty was removed from the game after Harrison moved on down to first base. It'll be Austin Maley hitting in the 9-hole as well, if we get there this inning.
Vandermeed from the right side of the rubber. Snaps back to first.
It's a really quick pickoff move. Good job by Croce to stay on his toes.
Quick feet.
You know what they say about people with quick feet, right? Quick hands.
That's true. Eye-hand coordination in any sport, a bonus. Not just a bonus in baseball, a lifeline. Inside to Peralta, 1-0.
Just miss. Vandermeed, hair inside. It's a big moment here for Peralta. The inning's been quiet so far, but Falmouth would love some insurance heading into the home half of the ninth.
.10 offering from Vandermeed is high. Peralta, one of the most patient hitters we've seen it all season, Andrew.
Yeah, I wonder who's seen the most pitches on the Falmouth roster. I don't know if that's a stat that we can get right away, but Peralta has to be up there. He's had the most at-bats.
Peralta, 271 in 32 games, takes a belt-high strike.
He's got to be careful on that inside sort of two-seam fastball that just looks like it's going to come in and brush him off the plate, but bends back and catches the zone. It's a great spot.
118 at-bats. The team leader is Fabio Peralta, who swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Vandermeed, the right side of the rubber, deals inside. Called strike 3, excuse me. As Jack Dom Moore from the Commodore dugout not happy. Neither was Fabio Peralta, as the Commodores are down in the bottom of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. We'll go to the 9th, 5-3 Commodores on Cape League TV. Commodores lead the Kettleers 5-3. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Well, 2 games left in the regular season, my friend. Or 3 now.
3?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Hyannis
that's
tomorrow.
right. That'll be a 7-inning game at Hyannis. That is going to be at 1 p.m., the earliest game Falmouth will have played all year. And then you hustle back here to play at 6 o'clock against the Gatemen. And then a road trip to end the summer, the regular season, all across the Cape to Orleans. One last time at Eldridge Park. I'm excited to go back there.
It's pretty cool having the cars drive by.
It is.
Honk their horns in approval of the Firebirds. Maybe a Go Birds out the
You
door.
never know what you're going to hear. Well, Cotuit needs something to get going, and they're going to try and bring in Ryan Taransky, who leads the Cape in walks drawn.
So it's Taransky in place of Tyler Bellin. Taransky, Aguayo, and Beaver against Ben Reimers in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Ben is just low for ball 1. Just barely.
Yep.
Missed the bottom of the zone.
It's a good spot, though, for an 0-0 pitch.
By like 1 inch. Reimers deals low, 2-0.
Look at the stat leaders. Taransky either does not lead the Cape, but leads Cotuit in walks.
Taransky, another Michigan native. And he takes a called strike. Taransky, a teammate in high school of Chase Vandermeed at Brother Rice in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. How about that? We're talking about baseball connections. High school teammates on the same Cape Cod League team.
Excuse me, he does lead the league. 25 walks, 24 Ks.
2-1 pitch. Grounded first base side foul, 2-2. So an interesting drop-off in the batting average for Taransky. 123 in 31 games with Cotuit, 313 in 52 games in the Big 12 with the Bearcats in Cincinnati this spring.
And a great job here by Reimers to get back into this at-bat. Needs to put him away here.
2-ball, 2-strike offering just off the outside edge and low. Reimers 2 of his 3 balls missing by
just
an
inches,
inch or
maybe.
2.
Yep, not even. They're good pitches. Taransky just an elite eye at the dish.
That's why Rob Cooper's got him in this situation. He'll face a payoff pitch. Righty on lefty matchup inside for ball 4.
And finally,
and
we
that
get to
walk
say
is finally
yes,
our free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. So a free pass leads to the top of the batting order. It's the right-handed hitting Aiden Aguayo, shortstop out of UCLA, against the righty from Stanford, Ben Reimers. First pitch, fastball high and in tight.
there is a right-hander warming up in the Falmouth bullpen. I can't really tell who it is.
Maybe J.R. Struck.
Could be.
1-0. Off the outside corner, it's 2-0. Reimers deals, called strike, and yes, it is J.R. Struck. The Rollins College right-hander. 2-1 pitch to Aguayo, nobody out. Aguayo's the tying run with Taransky off at first. 2-1 pitch, fouled, and it's 2-2.
And Reimers has now worked his way back into consecutive at-bats. Both from 2-0 counts, now to 2-2. J.R. Struck warming up if he's needed. Struck going to Gardner-Webb next year. But it's all Reimers right now.
2-2. Inside skips away from Gialusi to the backstop. Advancing up to seconds, Taransky in a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
I think that hit off the tip of Gialusi's glove.
So a payoff pitch incoming to Aguayo. He's 1 for 4 in the ball game. An RBI sac fly in the top of the 5th. Fly ball to center, fly ball to right, and a single in the 7th. Payoff pitch, nobody out. Reimers deals, and it's outside for ball 4. 2 consecutive walks to open up the top of the 9th, and 2 on with nobody out.
And Jack Dom is going to emerge from the bullpen, and I believe, see if he makes a look over to the bullpen. No motion to the bullpen just yet. J.R. Struck is ready, and now Jack Dom makes the call.
So J.R. Struck about to come into the ball game for the Commodores with a 5-3 lead. 2 on and nobody out. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Back in a moment on Cape League TV. Welcome back to Commodores baseball. Sticky situation potentially for Falmouth. 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, this is going to be J.R. Struck into the game. Last pitched in Falmouth's last game, actually. He threw an inning, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. But he's had better appearances than that. He got the save at Chatham last week in a 2-1 ball game. He threw the 9th inning of that ball game, 12 pitches, 10 strikes, and a strikeout. Needs one of those appearances with 2 men on and nobody gone.
With Taransky off second, Aguayo off first. A swing and a miss from Landon Beaver, and it's 0-1. Beaver 0 for 4 in the ballgame.
Struck, not a guy, again, who blows you away with velocity, but gets behind his fastball really well, and it has a ton of ride.
Breaking ball away. Rob Cooper wanted a balk called against J.R. Struck.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was for, but
one outside, 2-1. For the Commodores, it's simple. You got to find the strike zone here.
Yes, you do.
There's no margin for error to lose a ball game. Say, hey, we gave it up on free passes. Commodores are top 3, tied for second with Bourne in walks with 185 in earned tonight. Fly ball to Mid-range center field. Fabio Peralta settles under it, makes the catch. Tagging for third, Taransky. He'll get in there. Staying put at first is Aguayo. Runners on the corners with one out for the Kettleers.
Well, you get the out, and the game-tying run is still at first base. That's honestly effective for J.R. Struck. Soft contact into center field, and Peralta gets that ball in quick enough, forcing Aiden Aguayo to stay at first base. Yeah, you've got runners at the corners. If Taransky comes in to score, it doesn't really affect things.
Hogan Denny in from the right side against the righty Struck. JR's offering. Low, ball one. Hogan Denny 0 for 4 in the ball game. Righty hitting first baseman out of Indiana University, 2 strikeouts and 2 fly balls.
I know his Cape stats haven't been up to par, but you cannot leave a ball over the middle of the plate to this man.
If there's anyone who would know has taken off for second base. Gialussi's got it, throws down, and reaching second, Aguayo, the tying run, is now in scoring position for the Kettleers, and there's no force at second.
This is where it becomes tough. Struck has to stay composed and offer something up.
But if there's anyone that would know about the prowess of Hogan Denny, it would be none other than my broadcast partner, attendee of Indiana. 2-0 pitch with one out to Denny. Righty Struck into his wind, delivers. Breaking ball, strike, 2-1.
It's a good spot to put that breaking ball down and out, but still in the zone. Trying to change up Denny's timing after the first 2 pitches were fastballs.
Two-one, dribbled in front of the plate, foul, 2-2.
Goes with a curveball again. Higher that time, and Denny puts the barrel on top of it. As long as Denny does not see a dead red fastball coming out of the hand, Struck should be fine here. Nothing over the middle of the plate.
The 2-2 pitch from J.R. Struck is a breaking ball just off the outside corner. Well located, but it did miss by 3 or 4 inches.
It's a great take from Hogan. Really, really good take.
Payoff pitch incoming. Righty-righty matchup with one out. Taransky off third. Aguayo off second. Struck delivers. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Bottom of the zone. Denny disagrees, and he's down for the second out.
Perfect pitch. Got the curveball on the bottom rail, and Robert Melms emphatically punches him out. Big time pitch from J.R. Struck.
Hogan Denny 0 for 5 in the ball game, and the Kettleers are down to their final out. It's Sam Christensen, left-handed hitting left fielder, in against the righty Struck.
Stays the same though. You can't leave stuff over the middle of the plate, but a fly ball is okay here if it stays in the yard.
Struck winds and delivers inside, and a nice stop from Gialussi.
The fastball's been missing a little low. Hold it inside.
3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Kettleers. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Commodores. 2 outs and a 2-run lead. One 0. Christensen swings and misses.
Hasn't used the changeup very much, but that time goes to it. Good pitch. That or some sort of slider. It's a good off-speed offering.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball again. 79, bottom of the zone. Perfectly executed. And the Kettleers are down to their final strike. Crowd on its feet. with the claps here at Gov Fuller Field. Commodores a strike away. 1-2. Breaking ball, high fly ball to deep right. Racing back is Gavin Greger, and he makes the catch, and that's the ball game. So the Kettleers get close, but not close enough as J.R. Struck locks down the save, and a 2-run victory for the Commodores over the Kettleers.
What a ball game. Cotuit, the early lead. Falmouth answered. Falmouth answered in the bottom of the 5th. Cotuit got their lead back, and then a big 6th inning. Just passing the bat. I mean, this team finds ways to win. They're so much more of a complete unit from what we've seen, and it feels like they're catching their stride. It is not easy to come back from killer deficits like we saw on or a couple of games ago. YD beat them by 14 runs. Wareham beat them by 12. It is not easy to set that aside and just say, hey, let's move on to the next ball game, and that's what Falmouth's done. Now they've won 2 straight. And this one closer than the Bourne game, but still found a way, and off the back of some good pitching too.
Wareham currently up 6-1 over the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the 7th inning from Clems Blaine Field in Wareham.
Right, and
That's the
Wareham,
nightcap of a doubleheader.
Gateman would move 2 points ahead of Cotuit with that win. That is, I mean, this West Division, we've said it all year, Farrell, so up for grabs, and it's going to probably go down to the last day of the regular season. Who's going to, maybe not who's going to make it, but who's going to be hosting playoff series? Who's going to win the division? Hyannis is now in the lead, especially if Bourne drops both their games today. They've already lost 1 to Hyannis, and they're in pretty dire shape against Wareham at the moment.
So 5-3 win for the Commodores tonight over their arch rivals, the Cotuit Kettleers. Besides the Orleans Firebirds, in which the Commodores will attempt to make it a perfect regular season sweep, the Commodores finished 4-1 against their division rivals. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, Farrell Hudson and Andrew Hillsman. And I think a big question entering tonight, Andrew, is how well the Commodores pitching staff in relief would do. It bended, but it did not break.
Didn't break, you're right. I mean, I am really impressed with how Travers and Struck were able to do off of a solid start from Ayala. Kowalczyk came in, and he was a good bridge through an inning and 2/3. Cal Travers, impressive as usual, allows some hits but no runs. And Reimers was able to get himself out of that jam, thanks in part to an incredible diving snag from Austin Maley on a line drive up the middle. Probably saved the game, that play did. But J.R. Struck, again, J.R. Struck faced some challenges in the 9th inning when he came in and was able to fire a perfect breaking ball on the bottom rail. Got a looking strikeout from Hogan Denny, who couldn't believe it. And then the high fly ball at the end of the game that made, I think, our hearts skip a beat up here, but Gavin Greger, cool as a cucumber the whole way, put it away, and that's the ball game, folks.
We mentioned the theme of the Commodores coaching staff finding diamonds in the rough fall season, and tonight was no exception. Nick Croce in his season debut, the infielder out of Chipola College, recently committed to Gardner-Webb University, soon to be teammates with Colby Putnam, an outstanding debut, 3 for 4.
Yeah, he was solid. I mean, Croce, 3 singles, had that run batted in. We've seen guys have good debuts for Falmouth, but Nick Croce, one of the more impressive ones that I think we've seen all summer. Maybe aside from Tommy Harrison, Jeff Luigi had some impressive first starts, but I mean, just the type of guys that Falmouth and Jack Dom continue to bring in, I think are the right type of guys to maybe make a postseason push.
So a great Friday night for the Commodores. They locked down a 5-3 victory here over the Cotuit Kettleers, as we remind you that the production facilities are provided by Falmouth Community Television. As we say goodnight from the Gov, final line in the ball game for the Cotuit Kettleers. 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base for the Falmouth Commodores. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 4 runners left on base for our entire crew, stretching from our producers Landon Stills and Skylar Ellis to our broadcast director and Emily Gerard, our broadcast advisors. and Alan Russell and Brian Foley. Our videographers in Alex Bond and Lily Matthews, Matt Campbell, along with them as well. Our sideline reporter, Timmy Weiss, and for my broadcast partner, Andrew Hilsman, I'm Farrell Hudson saying so long and have a good night. The Commodores win 5-3.